And we are live, everyone, and you can see Brooklyn TV all the way there with
Do you?
Choco.
Okay.
I,
How come
I
I
like
have?
how I like how Choco is posing for the Choco is like saying, "Mom, move! I want to be seen."
I would like to be able to have the whole screen, but there's a whole thing across the top. So mine is
Yeah,
very little. So
don't
hope
worry.
that everyone you can
I'll be
see
able to
big.
I'll be able to see the charts for you. So let me see. Is this nice? And then I see.
Oh wow. Yeah, you see, you have your headpiece on, and I have mine as well. Do you see mine?
Oh wow! Oh yeah, I see your crown. I saw it. I saw it yesterday when you were doing the promo.
Well, that was the crown, but this one is the sparkle. I don't know. I guess you'll see it when you're
Ah,
meant to, but yeah.
oh nice. Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah. So we each have our headpiece. You see, I'm trying to show you. You see,
Let me
I
see. Let me
can't.
put you on. Let me put you on this
It's
layout.
hard
Then
for
we
me
can.
to. It's hard
You're
to
s-
tell.
you're frozen so nicely. I don't know. You're frozen very nicely, like you're posing for like you're a model posing for a picture.
Yes, we are. Again, we are. We're creating our. We are creating it, right? The
I
look,
love that.
the feeling. That you inspired me as well. Honestly, I saw you, and I said, to myself, I can just tell by looking at you, at your eyes, at your
Ah,
skin, at your clothing, at your colors. I said, he really takes time and energy as what we are speaking about, this self-love, this self-care, right? I can see
yes.
that with you. So it's inspired. So I said to myself, get yourself together. And I started, scrunch, you know, try to, oh, nice. I see what you're doing. You're putting up
Yes.
different things, right? I sent you many things for you
Don't-
to choose.
you're going to love what I did with it. It's going to be you're going to love it. It's an amazing it was an amazing slide to make. Um okay.
I sent you to choose from. I didn't mean for you to use everyone, but I figured you would have a choice. And believe me, there was so much more. I said, oh no.
No. You it was already like you sent me a lot. And I was like, I did not want to leave any of them out, but you're gonna love what I did with it. But let me take some time and welcome people. Guys, that is Brooklyn Beauty TV, aka Holistic Hip Style. You can see that's her channel there, the Alchemist Soldier. Welcome everyone. This has been a collaboration that we've been planning for months, for months. I can't believe that it is happening. And yeah, you can see she's seated there. It is like 7 in the morning where she is. She's very like this other side of the world. Yeah, that other side of the
Aleutian Islands. Exactly. Like all of this is
yeah.
new for me. So I'm just going to do what I do because let me just tell you what I see here is like
Yes.
a little box, an like my advertisement, my channel, another
Yeah.
little box, big white thing across here, a little. So just so everyone knows, I'm just here. I'm glad that we made it, that we were able to connect. I know it might be simple for others, but
Yes.
this was huge for me to collaborate, to communicate, to receive the calls from Kenya, right? Earlier in the week at same thing, crack of dawn time, and then exactly to continue through quote
Yeah.
unquote the other app. So it's like a big circle eight, to really make this happen. To a lot of people that are pulling in, it's just one more live, maybe Goga's done many Sunday services, but to us, it is our life force energy. This is a seed, as he said, that had been planted,
I like
weeded,
that.
watered, nurtured, and then gently allowed to bloom. Even this morning, I said, it's going to be what it's going to be. And I had several tests, several strong tests. And then here we are, right? As it should
You know,
be.
Here we are. I like it's looking so beautiful there in the Aleutian Islands, and you're 13 hours. We are 13 hours apart because it is 8 p.m. here in Kenya. It is 7:12 a.m. there in Aleutian Islands. You're just waking up for your breakfast. You probably already done your yoga. That nice morning energy, I can see it. I can see it, Brooklyn. It's looking so good on you.
Well, I have to say, it's something like that. It's something like you said, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We have these expectations as to what yoga and what holistic and what professional looks like, what we should, could, and would be doing. And then the goal of yoga is really the inner alchemy, which leads to what I call the alpha intuitive movement. And so, if we are prepared, and preparedness meets opportunity, I believe that preparedness started a long time ago. When we first started the conversation, it didn't, and it couldn't have just started that preparedness last night. That is what adds to the chaos and the confusion. It activates the nervous system in a way that is nerves as opposed to what it can be, excitement. And so, as I said weeks ago, I started to embrace that excitement. And even though my tech skills hadn't allowed me, let's say, to share it in the way I would have liked to, as I think you saw one of the posters I sent you. And I think AI likes to play with our ego a little bit. We both looked a little bit alien. I looked more alien than you.
Yeah.
And the rest of the poster, the rest of the clip was very good. So I just, went to like battle my ego and I put it up there. I put it up there.
I like this comment by family and NFZ is doing an amazing job moderating your chat. Thank you so much, NFZ, for that. Today Brooklyn is going to be the boss, just for her to concentrate on the conversation. I will try to keep keep up with the chats in case you have any question for her based on what she's going to share with us, the message. I think there's going to be a very powerful message in this Sunday service. It's the final day. It's the final Sunday in the month of August. She's the final guest in the month of August. There's a reason she's here to be the last guest in the month of August. Family says, how amazing. We are planning to sleep. Someone is long gone to sleep, and Brooklyn is just waking up. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. In more ways than one. That's the funny part about it.
Absolutely.
This journey is all about awakening, right? Waking up.
Yes.
And it's such a mysterious word. We're like, who is awakened? Who is awakening? What does that signify? Are you all of a sudden, you got flashes of wisdom, of knowledge, of magic, of powers, right? That's what people think when you awaken. You can meditate and levitate.
Like that. Awaken is a very powerful one.
Right, but yet at the same time, when you look around you, there must be people that are awakened amongst us, right?
Yes.
Now, what do they look different? Do you see them levitating?
No.
No, right? How can we tell this inner work, this inner alchemy, this awakening? So when I had first heard this saying, which says, before awakening, chop wood and carry water.
Yeah.
And then they said, after awakening, chop wood and carry water. I was like, oh, I guess the only difference is this with the awakening, you chop the wood and you carry water with gratitude, with a smile. You're playing in the water. That you can make a fire with the wood. You share the wood, you share the water, it becomes a different. It's not, I have to, it's like you are grateful. You woke up. That's the way you're grateful you woke up because somehow in the YouTube messages, somebody sent you the percentage of people that don't wake up, and you were like, what?
True.
You're like, what? You mean they go to sleep like us normal, like people now go to sleep just thinking regularly, not doing their revision, never getting to their healthy eating, not getting to that beautiful park to hug the tree. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
call so and so tomorrow and say I love you, I apologize. You know, like then they didn't wake up. So I feel like that is the awakening. It's just sort of realizing that we have this opportunity to be part of nature, to be grateful, to choose, when we have our hands, when we have our arms, when we have our legs, we have our eyes and we have our ears and we have our, what is it that we're absorbing, what are we yoking and union with? This is what I'm finding about awakening and being awake.
Nice. I love that. Dr. Ali says, beautiful lady. Oh my God, Goga, that's a beautiful lady on your screen today at the Sunday service. Dr. Alice just giving you your compliments. Yeah, beauty and very flexible lady on the screen. I know. And she's doing her stitches.
I do love that. And, I do want to say something about this beauty, right?
Yeah.
Because it says it's very challenging, when you decide to name your channel Beauty, Brooklyn Beauty, right?
Brooklyn Beauty.
And then you have in the very beginning, and I say in the very beginning because as we've grown, the frequency alone has attracted the people that comprehend what it is that I am expressing. And the easiest way to say this is there is a Hopi Indian prayer, and it's a Hopi Indian, it's a prayer. It's not a saying, it's not a quote, it's not a little poem. It's what they literally live by. And it says, the beauty that I am, the beauty that I see, the beauty that surrounds me. And this is for everyone. And I remind us this because, just imagine your standard of beauty and then think about the whole Hopi tribe. And just imagine, are they going to fit into your standard of beauty? And yet this is their prayer. So when someone, refers to me specifically, I do remind them, yes, beauty is something special, unique. It's obviously in the eye of the beholder, right? And I search for that that glow, as well as, yes, our presentation. And I find that beauty is almost like there's also the Raina Marie Rilke, which is the opposite of the Hopis. Raina Marie Rilke poem. I don't know many poets, right? But that one got me because his poetry was about beauty. And his words were that beauty threatens to disdain us. It's a terrifying angel and things like that. And I was like, wow, I was mesmerized by those words. I said, what does that mean? Because so many people put emphasis on it and it became a question of vanity, ego, how important is it, right? Our appearance. So all these things came up in the search of yoga, of awakening, of what is beauty. And it's very interesting if we can put it aside in the way that we always see it and try to look at beauty in a new way. And this is why I do my inversions. Huge inversion. I'm getting ready to do it right now. Flips your world upside down, allows you to see things differently. So if you're looking at the world upside down, you're bound to see something beautiful you didn't see before.
That's true. I agree. I love inversions as well for that particular purpose. It's a different perspective. It's a different view. And I like what you said. You're bound to notice something that you did not see before. Brooklyn, can you hear me? I think you froze there for a moment.
Yes, I can hear you. I was just doing my inversion, looking at the trees upside down
Okay, all right. Now let me
and
see.
listening to you.
All right, I see. Let me welcome a number of people on the chat. Guys, we've started the conversation with Brooklyn Beauty TV. To those of you who don't know Brooklyn Beauty TV, I'm going to introduce her just briefly. I'm going to read something to introduce her. She's joining us all the way from the Aleutian Islands.
Can you am I in a good place? What's better for this? Like, which is a good length? Am I good coming in a little bit closer? And then how far can you just, is it okay? Whatever I do, is it okay?
Oh no! So you need to be closer. So when you're closer, it tends to be okay. When you move a bit further, then it starts breaking a bit. But yeah, so let's keep you closer because it's much clearer when you're closer. Classic Kitchen, welcome. Crooked Peaches in the building saying, "Hey, Brooklyn!" Thanks so much.
Yay!
Yes, so
Classic Kitchen
everybody,
came in. Everybody, yo, what's up? We made it. Can you believe it?
we
I
made
had
it.
a little bit. I had a challenges, and we're still here.
Yeah, you made it. You made it. You made it. Yeah, yeah. So just stay where you are. I think that's much better. It's
This is
much
the
clearer.
beginning. Yeah.
Yes,
And
there you go.
how much can you see? Is it just headshot level?
So stay close and then just move somewhere towards the center so that I'm trying to figure out when you're more centered, it tends to be very clear because I think it's speaking your voice directly.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, now it's much better. I think it's much better. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming in. Allow me to read something to introduce Brooklyn to those of you who are meeting her for the first time in this community. This is a collaboration. This is a collaboration that, as I said earlier, we've been planning for like a minute and like a long minute, and it's finally
Yeah. Forever
happened.
now. Forever
Yeah.
now.
Yes. So let me see that you guys can see. Yes, that's her channel, Holistic Hip Style. I like that name. It's actually the easiest way to find Brooklyn's channel, Holistic Hip Style. And
Yes,
you can
and holistic hip style is actually trademarked. So you
yes.
look forward to my upcoming merchandise, holistic hip style. Yeah.
And I like also the Alchemist Soldier. That's also trademarked, right?
Yeah, because it's all about that,
Yeah.
transforming from this hip hop, whatever you are, rock and roll, rebel, whatever it is, making that transition to holistic, it's a
Yes.
challenge. You find yourself, you think you're alone, but you're not, and we can do this.
Exactly.
And you can still
Exactly.
keep your flavor. That's the
Yeah.
point.
NFZ says amazing energy, amazing energy. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. And then God will never fail. He's saying, hello, Brooklyn. Thanks so much, God. I appreciate you stopping by. And thanks so much for also connecting to Brooklyn. Allow me to read something to introduce Brooklyn a bit. And then I know, because I know we just started our own chat here because as we were waiting for you guys. And I think I like how it just flowed naturally. So let me just read something real quick just to introduce our guests, so that those of you will start watching from here tomorrow. We'll have at least a sense of who our guest is. Then we can get into the conversations. We have so many things to discuss.
Oh, please. There's going to be part 2.
Yeah, there has to be a part 2 because I even looked at my talking points and I was like, these talking points are so many. Brooklyn will have to come back for part 2.
Part 2, part 3.
Yeah,
The
Brooklyn will have
show
to
will
come back
go on.
for part 2. All right, so let me introduce our guest so that you guys have a sense of who she is. I will pause the music briefly so that it does not interfere. So let me just pause. All right. Okay. There are people who simply live their lives, and then there are people who are constantly seeking, questioning, creating, and becoming. Our guest today belongs firmly in the second category. Most of you know her as Holistic Hip Style, aka Brooklyn Beauty TV. She's a woman whose journey refuses to be contained by a single definition of beauty, wellness, or success. Her world is a fascinating intersection of hip hop and holistic living, art and spirituality, music and literature, cuisine and soul fitness, health and wealth, nature and human connection. Guys, you can already see I can't even finish. She calls herself an alchemist soldier, and that is trademarked. Someone committed to transforming the experiences of life into something that elevates the human spirit. Under that umbrella is the soul fit soldier, also trademarked, an invitation to cultivate strength, discipline, balance, harmony, and effortless grace while embracing the beautiful imperfection of being human. At the heart of it all is the B way. Most of you have seen the B way. It's really prominent on her channel, as you can see. Her personal code of conduct built around grace, gratitude, kindness, laughter, health, and wealth, and the belief that our choices are most powerful when they come from a place of consciousness rather than fear. But perhaps the most revealing way to understand Brooklyn is simply this: she is a seeker of knowledge, a seeker of vitality, a seeker of beauty beyond the surface, a seeker of meaning, creativity, connection, and a life fully lived. She's also a trained yogini, bringing the wisdom of movement, breath, awareness, and presence into a life that is as much about inner transformation as it is about physical well being. Her relationship with nature reflects that same philosophy: a love for the outdoors, for being grounded, for observing life beyond the noise, and remembering that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. And wherever Brooklyn goes, there is often another presence close by. Most of you know Choku, her guardian dog, companion, and four-legged protector. Choku is part of the texture of Brooklyn's world, a reminder that connection, loyalty, playfulness, and love can be found in the simplest relationships. From hip hop to holistic, from beauty to soul fitness, from creativity to consciousness, Brooklyn's journey is ultimately about integration, bringing all these different pieces of ourselves into one life. She reminds us that health is wealth, laughter is key, humanity is the mission, and becoming, oof, I love that word, is a lifelong practice. So today we aren't simply meeting a beauty creator. Let me clarify that. We are meeting an alchemist. We are meeting a yogini, an artist, a seeker, a co-creator, a lover of nature and life. And perhaps the most important of it all, a woman that is still willing to ask the most important question of all: what am I becoming and what am I still seeking? Brooklyn Beauty, welcome to the Sunday service. I may not have done it justice, but I said I had to do a very nice introduction just to make sure that everyone knows. Yeah.
Justice. No, that was more than justice. That was more than justice. That was wonderful. That was lovely. I was like, who is he speaking of? Who,
Yes.
this is lovely. When you hear someone else, this whole thing has been an amazing journey. You and I are culminating at a crossroads, at a peak, at my YouTube journey. This is the time of growth, of opportunity. So yeah, I know how much work it goes into every little detail now through this experience, through this exposure, through the not knowing, through the mistakes. So your refinement, your technology, your thumbnails, I thank you. I greatly thank you for your life force energy, for your prana that you have invested. And I realize this is not just for me, this is for us, for the collective, for those of us who are in the audience to this show, who are doing the work of their channel or whatever creation they are co-creating. For those of you who are hoping and dreaming and wishing and planning, when are you going to launch? Well, it's going to be today, because that you have been waiting for, the sincerity here, the life force frequency that supports the soul fit soldier, the one, the new, right? Forever
Yeah.
now, you are getting that. Whatever it is, you're going to do it. You're going to take those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. You're going to pick up that pen. You're going to pick up that camera. You're going to do a selfie. You're going to write a poem. This is our inspiration. This is the alchemy. You're going to cook yourself a healthy meal. You're going to go check out one of my videos. You're going to check out one of Goga's videos, right? And we're going to keep supporting each other, even when we don't show up literally to your page, to your live stream. Like, I know people who didn't realize I'm doing this, but they support me. When they find out, they'll take a peek, right?
Absolutely.
That's our goal today. We are here to give high frequency. Being and becoming is just the desire, the commitment, and the action to take one step, one day at a time, literally. And this is water. Okay. We need to drink a lot of water.
I like that. I like that articulation of actually why we are here, and I love what you said, especially around co-creation, alchemy in action. I want to take you back, into where your journey, especially when it came, before Brooklyn Beauty TV, the Alchemist Soldier, the Sulfit Soldier. Before all that, when did you first recognize yourself as somebody who was seeking? Somebody who was on a journey to become. Somebody who was when did that story begin for you as Brooklyn?
I would say that story began, I would like to say, about 3 years old, I would say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would say it began from the beginning. Probably the point that I don't remember, can't yet, I don't need to. It was already there. And so once I already started to remember,
Yeah.
I can literally say, this is the thing. These numbers are irrelevant to me because it's always been now, forever now is really who I am and what I embrace, and is the key and the secret to this awareness, this awakening, this opportunity, this frequency. This opportunity comes from never, and I'm not even gonna say never, let's just say always, as we promised ourselves to always remember the mission, the game, to always remember that we came to win. And so I guess that's really it. It's just always been there, and the rest has been like a game. Like literally when you're a gamer and you get in the game, and you're just like, you get in, you just like, you don't know who's where, you're looking around, you got to go up the stairs, you got to go down the stairs, they give you the Glock, they give you the arrow, they give you all kinds, you can choose which weapons you're going to use, you got the magic dust, right? You got the disappearing, they tell you can disappear, right?
Yep.
It's been done. David Blaine, they all do it, right? All the best of them, they do it right in your face, right? So the work, the alchemy is being on the journey and being the experiment and the experience. So yeah, I can say it's been from jump.
I like the alchemy being the journey and being the experiment. To somebody who may be interacting with you for the first time, and then they come across this word, hip hop to holistic.
Yes.
Yeah, what does that mean? Because it reveals you are a very multifaceted human being. When somebody just thinks of hip hop, there's now the aspect of music, there's the aspect of dance coming in, and then there's holistic, which now is more all encompassing. It talks about how do you take care of yourself, your wellness, your mental health. So what does that mean to you? And what is the message for you, especially as Brooklyn, when somebody ever asks you hip hop to holistic, or holistic hip style?
Yeah, it's been funny. It's interesting. It's curious. It's super. I love it. I love that it's intriguing, that it's controversial, that's almost like opposites attract, right? Because that's literally what we have always learned and heard. Opposites attract. Yet, if we find ourselves with opposites, then supposedly we think that we haven't truly found ourselves or united those opposites. And so yeah, for me, I did go one extreme to the other. Love hip hop, love the club, love to dance, battle, yo, battle. I did. Can you believe it? I battle. Battling is going on right now. They're just calling it something different. It's kind of really crazy and cool. Like all kind of dance. It's called aura. Crazy, yo. And it's kind of good because they're putting aura and farming into it. But we got to be aware about literally that, about people trying to farm our aura. So I would say that hip hop was more about protecting your aura, like showing that what you got, your flavor, but yet it's yours, individually unique, coming from your life force experience, from your
Yeah.
surroundings, and not just your surroundings, from what is your resourcefulness in your surroundings, right? Because that is the point. The hip hop, the mogul, the bling. Of course, there's a few bad apples. People go astray. It's the same thing with any tool, any tool, the hammer, the money. It's not that's messed up. It's how the person uses it. So what happened is I had the this desire. I love that flavor. I love that aliveness, that ability to just pop on in, be resourceful, break, like walk in the door, break the door down, do what wasn't supposed to be done. Next thing you know, you're in the office, you're getting the job that everybody else sat, wrote their resume, put their resume, waited to be called. You busted in, you said, I got this, this, and that, and you got it, and you looking good when you show up. That's hip hop, making it happen to me. But then when you start rolling like that, things get really fast, right? And you got to keep up and so. And then what happens? Oh, there's a cocktail or two, and there's complimentary, and there's VIP. Find yourself, where's the time? Where's the meditation time? Where's the peaceful time? Where's the time with nature? Ain't no time. You got to get ready. You got to be ready. Mofo. Oh, FOMO. Wait, I always mix that up.
FOMO. I like how you say that right there, Professor.
These people be making up these words. I make up words too. They make up. We all make up words. So I say, what the frig? I'm not fear of missing out. Mofo. It's like, wait, okay, no, slow down. It's always going on. That's the thing. It's always going on. Life is always going on. You're always going to be on. And so you get, after a while, right, you find yourself getting a little bit, you're like, wait a minute, happy nights, but what about happy mornings? Right? Happy nights. Oh, where's the happy morning? Right? So
Absolutely.
how do we balance? How do we find the happy night and the happy morning?
Precisely.
And guess what? Guess what? I was afraid of the birds. I was afraid. That's how much I thought, that's how much I thought, like my expression, like dancing, being an artist, trying to, be with those kind of people and be, quote unquote on. And that's what it did to me. That's why when I speak about environment being stronger than will, you start to, the vampire-ish life, it's, you don't want to see the birds and the sun. And, so I realized that. So I find that when we get these fears, quote unquote, they're like messages for us, right? I knew there was a message. I heard the birds speaking to me. I could feel it, you know. You could feel when it's time for change. When you're speaking with people, they start speaking gossip and you got a lump in your throat and you're feeling weird. Like when it's time, quote unquote, to awaken, your body, these ascension symptoms people are talking about, you know, people think they're sick, people think their back is,
Mm.
oh, they're not well. Yeah, that's the game. They want you to be out. Actually, it's your body speaking to you, awakening you. You got a pain here, you got a pain there. So transformation was calling me. And so I started to do a little bit of research, right? Okay, what is good for the nervous system? What is good for the mind? What is good for the body? And oh, how did this happen? Walking down the streets of Brooklyn, I see this sign, yoga, in the door.
Yeah.
So I'm knocking, I'm walking up the stairs, I'm taking a yoga class. And
Wow.
yeah, kind of like on the subway, starting to look around, starting to see things differently, wondering, thinking, what's the purpose? Why? Like you said, again, the seeker again coming up because you get involved, you get absorbed, right? Okay, you realize you're giving your life force energy. Oh, yeah, you could even be making the cash money, right?
Mm.
But is that enough? Like you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, wait a minute, excuse me, right? Is the
Absolutely.
money enough? Right? Is the money enough? If you look at yourself and you're not your healthiest, your eyes are like, you know, so I started to question, like, what is all this? What am I doing? Who are these people that I'm investing and giving my life force energy? Is this hip hop life, leading me, in the right direction? Do I need Crown Royale or do I need to put a crown and take care of my crown, right? Do I need a Long Island iced tea or should I wake up at the crack of dawn and drink a chai tea? So
Wow.
these are the kind of thoughts that sort of started to, I didn't plan them. Listen, there was once a time I said, oh, please, dear God, don't let me become a vegetarian. And I meant it. I was like, I thought they were strange people, do strange things, There was this very cool artist, guy, and he started doing asana poses, and I was like, I'm out of here, you know? He started
Mm.
doing asana yoga before I was ready for what that meant. It wasn't cool. And there's lots of people that think like that. Then also they think it's a religion. How many people I
Yes.
saw share a little yoga? They think it's a religion. I'm like, Om Shanti Shanti, Om peace and if they only knew. It's not a religion. It's an inner technology. It's an inner alchemy. It's a way to remind us that our bodies are built to heal. And these people, I say these people, I point back there like I'm pointing towards the Himalayan mountains where there's some naked people in a cave. That's what they decided to dedicate their life to explore and be the experiment.
Mm.
Especially back then, they had no scrolling to do.
Wow.
Yeah, they invested their life in knowing their bodies, to share that with us, to heal. So little by little, that's what I do. I listen and I remember to the ancient words, to the teachings, and they gave their life for us. So why should we not try it at least, right? And through the implementation, I know that you are growing, I am growing, all the source players that, some don't even have to do the literal sit and meditate anymore because they're implementing walking meditation, life as meditation, life as yoga. So for those of you who don't want to get in, you say, oh, I cannot get into any posture. It's a pretzel. I have no time. That's fine. Then just start breathing very deeply where you are. Block out any other sounds and start to implement one point focus with that person, that object, that nature. And that will be your beginning of your yoga journey. And when you start that, believe me, you will want to continue. When you feel a little glimpse, a little piece of that piece, that's what's going to bring you back, because that's your secret garden. That's your space. That's your akasha, where no one can touch you. Only you, yourself, your vision, your dreams, source, right? We each have that and we know it. It's where we go. We shut off the live, we shut off the TV, we go to that place.
I love this perspective in terms, especially when you gave that example of, you walked into a studio and from there, especially the aspect of questioning, why do I do this? Even some of the things that we think are important, you get to a certain point, you're like, there has to be more that life can offer. There has to be more that there has to be more that you can live up to, not just as because I know ambition is great. I know, like, all these people that as human beings, we are always chasing are great. But, there are those things that, of course, you find yourself like, there has to be more to life. There has to be more to life. And I think that's how you are capturing in terms of that aspect of holistic living, which takes me to the next question, just around the same aspect of, hip hop vis-a-vis holistic, because I think they are very good words to use.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Excuse me. More to life. Okay. There has to be more to life.
Yeah.
I believe, that more to life is very, very much individual. That more to life is the goal, is the game, is the secret, and is the trick. Because what more to life to you, and more to life to me, and more to life to Glow with Joe, and more to life to NFZ, and more to life to Rodney and Gabriella and Nicole and Kitty Mogul. Each of us has a little different version of what more to life is, right? More to life for one of us might be picking up that paintbrush and painting that, like we always wanted to be an artist. And I will do it one day. I will have an easel here and I will have paint and I will paint the picture. And more to life was me walking here, looking at the moon and watching my dog bounce while I listen to the music. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer. And I was walking closer to the moon, closer to getting to you. And Choco was bouncing like a kangaroo. That's more to life.
Which brings me to the question then around being a seeker, because one of the thing I like, there's a guest who was seated at the Sunday service. Actually, she's here. Crooked Peach was here at the Sunday service and said,
Crooked Peach, yeah, I checked in last week. Crooked Peach said, Crooked Peach was so cute. She's like, I that's it. She's like, I tried it. She knows where she feels comfortable. Yeah, I saw Crooked Peach. Crooked Peach said that she did what most like successful people do, right? They go for it, they go down. They go for it, they get knocked down. They go for it, they get knocked down. Because that's the journey, because that's how you learn the do's, the don'ts, the won'ts, right? So she did it. And now she's choosing.
Yeah, exactly. So just based on what she said last week, she talked about, like the conditioning. She finally, she finally appreciates, the person she has been all along, before what the society told her she needed to be. When it comes to being a seeker, somebody is trying to seek that aspect of, you are looking, because when you get to a point in life where you are like, there has to be more to life, it means you are seeking something. And for you, walking into that studio was your seeking moment, and you literally found that now, that aspect, with the yoga, with finding stillness, with finding a bit of inner peace.
Oh yeah.
That was an aspect of seeking. um to somebody who is like, to somebody who may be wondering what we are talking about, what does being a seeker mean to you, personally, especially knowing what, having been through this experience, especially through the yoga and through all these multifaceted aspects of
Yeah.
being an artist? What does being a seeker mean to you? And are you still seeking, or did you find that which you are seeking?
Now I know you. You're just like a true journalist. I really appreciate that about you, Goga, because we do need more journalists. What has
Yeah.
happened is people have turned into opinion. I don't even know what to call them. Opinionators.
Yes.
Opinionators that need terminators, right? Because
Yeah.
news, journalism, talk shows, hosting is about allowing opportunity, possibility, communication, new language to be created. So yeah, because we're being sucked into the likes, and the falseness of the numbers. Hey,
Mm.
that's another great thing for us to work on. What is this falseness of the numbers doing? It's taking away from the sacred geometry of what numerology is. So it's another way of breaking us away from a sacred tool,
Yeah.
because they got us all confused. We're like, how many likes? How many people?
True. These
True,
numbers
right?
are these
We
numbers
just
are
had
so
that
insane. Yeah.
we just had that realization now. It's another way to separate us from a sacred tool that can guide us. It's numerology. And you and we got on it, and NFZ got on it. We're not missing it. The other day, we started matching them up, and it was 414, 414, 41. It kept coming up throughout the live stream. So 144, that's a sacred number. It's a number, in the Akashic. It's we do the breathing 444, right? So we must pay attention to that. So if it says 8, so we know the infinite 8, it says 9. We know 9 is the ultimate number in the universe. So could it be that we must raise our understanding? And so, knowing the deeper meaning. So somebody might say, ha ha ha, oh, there's only 9, and not 90 or 900. But we know that the universe can care less, and they can easily add a 0 or 2 once we open up to that. So I'm thinking that, yeah, this whole thing is all part of this experience for us.
Nice.
Our
The li-
numbers.
yeah, the life of a seeker. And I like the comment, but Tina Marie is saying hi to you, and Tina is saying something very beautiful, I think, that you will like. Tina
Tina
says,
Marie.
yeah, Tina says, more to life is the question that starts the search. I really love that. I really love that. And I'm sure you are.
Wait. Excuse me. Let me get a sip of water. I need to hear that again. Hold on. Where did I lose my water? Oh, here it is.
All right.
Hold on. Yeah. And
All right,
then
no
I want
worries.
to hear Tina Marie's again.
Okay. And once again, guys, thanks so much, everyone, for popping in. In case you've not yet connected to Brooklyn Beauty, the link is pinned on top of my chat, but I know most of you are like already connected to her. So just jump on that link. It will take you over. We are multi-streaming as well. We are streaming both in Kenya
Is mine
and the Aleutian Island. So yes,
is
so feel
mine
free to.
on as well? Is my live stream on my channel as well?
Yes, it is on. It is on. It is on.
It's so funny. I didn't know how to do it. I was like, and not only that, I didn't put that thumbnail on my channel. It's
Yeah.
like my AI is helping me. I have an assistant that does things for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
honest, I'm not kidding, guys. I was like, well, okay, don't mess with it if it's not broken. Because the few times I did try to mess, if I did try to mess with it, look what we ended up looking like, aliens. And
Yeah.
I posted it for a minute, and then another friend said, they didn't see it. I sent it and then say, you didn't put that one. That's not the advertisement, right? I said, no, no, no. And then I
No,
deleted.
but you've done some amazing job. You're quite a market. Like, let me tell you, Brooklyn can sell you literally. She's been marketing this thing for the last 2 weeks like crazy. Anyway, you
Yeah.
wanted to react. You wanted to react. Did you see what happened? You wanted to react to what Tina?
And Tina Marie, yeah.
Yes,
What'd she
this.
say?
So she said, "More to life is the question that starts the search.
More
More
to life,
is the
more to
question."
life is the
Yes.
question that starts to such.
That's the search, yes, when you're seeking. What is your take on
Oh,
this?
the
I think
search. Oh, the search. Excuse our language. The search starts the search, you said, right?
yes.
Is the question more to life is the question more to life is the question that starts the search. Okay, I get it
Yes.
now. Yes. Thank you. Wonderful. Yes, it is. It's always a question. See, I can tell you from experience, and that experience is I was confused with the yoga.
Mm,
I like a lot of people, believe me, believe that you must give up, that you must quote unquote, you are told that you're supposed to settle down. Those numbers again we were speaking about, those numbers play tricks on us, and those numbers give other people power to quote unquote, which is the goal, to get you out of the game, makes more room for them. This is the
mm,
real, this is the ego, this is the life, right? So when we allow ourselves to dismiss ourselves from any connection to numbers, this seeking, this being, this becoming, this question she's talking about is called curious. This is the
mm,
word that I found, and I started to re-examine. What does it mean to be curious? We, I said to myself, how can people start to say, I've been there and I've done that, and I'm over it. And those words, you have not been there. You have not done that. If you are always looking fresh, new, you may be aware of certain things, but it's never ever going to be the same. Forever now is that it. This is it. This is all we have. This present moment. And if we open our eyes and our ears and our hearts, we're here for a new reason, to see something new, something we didn't learn. So although it may look similar, we haven't done it. We haven't been there. You don't know that person. They went to sleep. They learned something new. They had an awakening. They had a realization. They did inner alchemy work and revision the night before. So how can we treat them without reverence and joy? And, how could we take them for granted and not come out and say hello? This is how I say about seeking, and, the
oh,
being and becoming is every day in every experience. And yeah,
I,
at first it can be a challenge, right? It can be a challenge, but the choice of being curious is exciting. Now, if you have the awareness and you think about safety of yourself, health as wealth, your curiosity is going to keep you in spaces that are for your highest good, right? And those around you.
yeah. I like what you said around curiosity, and I'm just going to ask you a question based on your experience. Is there something that you know, you in your journey as a seeker, that you discovered, and it wasn't like you know, it's not something that you are actually looking for, but as part of this journey that we follow as not just as yogis but also as artists, as co-creators, is there that one thing that you discover that you accidentally never saw it coming? uh, yeah.
Okay, first of all, I want to ask you a question. Do you see me full body in squat position, or do you just see what I see, like a upper body, like a headshot, body shot?
I'm only seeing you from the upper body, but when you are busy, when you go to stretch at the back, I see your full body because I know you love stretching. So when you stand and start stretching, I see you. But now, I'm
Yeah,
just
because
seeing your
I
head.
have to, because I find myself in these, I call them alpha intuitive movements. It's led me
Mm,
to where I am. It's led me to my inner standing. It led me to be able to share somatic and neuro movement in my yoga dance. So that
yeah.
means aligning between the brain, the vagus nervous system, as well as the limbs and the muscles and the joints. So yeah, this way that I am, the way that I speak, and I make up language and I speak differently. Yeah, this has all been part of my journey. But the one thing that I did not expect to find, like you said, is literally being where I am now, like in this space of nature, in this. I had no desire. My goals were different. My goals were, I used to look at the screen, the little girl, and I knew I wanted to be inside that screen. I have some posts on my channel. I almost sent you that one this morning, where I see the screen and I'm sitting as a little girl and I'm looking, because it was always so exciting and there was something else going on and there was something beautiful going on, and maybe in the background I was like, there's got to be, like you said, as a seeker from little, there's got to
Mm,
be something more magical, beautiful, adventurous. And that was how it started, was that goal. And so keeping on looking out windows. So that was my first screen, right? And then it was out windows and looking outside car windows. And as we drove, and I wondered, what are they doing in those houses? And it intrigued me and it inspired me to wonder, are they as excited as me? Are they are they dreaming about what's going to be? And
mm,
we drove and drove, and I watched those windows. And so everything I did was with that curiosity. And then I never imagined that I would be in a on an island. Although you can say I've always been an island girl. It's the funny part about it, because you go in, and Manhattan is an island, right?
oh,
Uh,
yeah, come to think of it, it is.
yeah, yeah. When I get back down to it, there's always been water all around Brooklyn, right? I've always
Yeah.
gone. I rode my bicycle, my very good deal bike that I got over in Harlem, right? I didn't realize it. I was so excited. I was happy about life. So I was, oh, you're $40 for this bike. I'll take it. And then I get my bike and I ride over the Brooklyn Bridge. So, there's always been bridges, connections, bridges, water. Yeah. And so I I know the signs have been there, but I've never imagined that I would be in nature.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I I told you, I guess as a child, and my real planted seed, that they talk about your subconscious. That's where it was. That's where those memories of nature, of the nurturing, of the safety, of the you are part of this was deep down, but then the world and life and the chaos and the confusion and the
Mm.
expectations and the, you are not, you are, people and, the game getting you out, taking away your shine,
Yeah.
right? And somehow that seed needed to be nurtured, needed to be remembered. And as I started to do it, right? I guess that's what they call the shadow work. You're like willing to face, oh, I'm afraid of the birds. Why am I afraid of the birds? Right? Why when I hear them chirping, is it what kind of what are they saying? They're speaking to me. Are they calling me home? Are they scolding me that I left for so long? You
Mm.
know? So my imagination is everything. You create your world with your imagination.
I love I love what you said there in terms of, and we are coming to the shadow work itself, and nature. Moving from Manhattan and now finding yourself in an island that is very grounding, that aligns with with your chosen, your chosen today. Um, Talk to us about that. Like, what is it about nature? Because there's just something about nature and how it even amplifies your practice. And you told me this, and I've been doing this in my own space. I've been practicing yoga in the garden, and it's very different, honestly. The other day I was practicing yoga by the lake. Do you know and I told you this on your live stream that I forgot I was even live at some point, because you are so lost in the practice in the present moment.
Yes.
Um, yeah, that I think I didn't even know that the live stream had ended abruptly because of internet issues or whatever it is that happened, but I felt so good. So talk to us about why nature is important to you, especially because I know you are always in nature. I think in very few occasions do I find you seated in the house, or even like in an enclosed setting. You are always outside in the outdoors.
Right. Well, I guess it's like they say opposites attract, right? So both extremes. I had spent so much time indoors,
Mm,
right? And then how do we get over these fears? How do we face them, right? So I started
yeah.
to go outside. It's like, oh my gosh, oh the sun, you're like, oh wait, I can make it. I'm still alive, It's like oh wait, oh it's okay. I look okay in the sunshine, You're like, wait, did I have enough mascara? Did I have enough makeup? Did I cover myself? Yeah, right. You get these kind of conditioning, quote unquote, from the industry, from the commercials, you know, from you looking at her over there. It's like, and so, and then, oh man, I mean, women, we know we have all these issues to make up or not to make up. Is it you for real? Are you real? Is it really you? Are you fake? These are all ridiculous. Oh, yes. Oh, this is coming up. We'll talk about that one. Um, so much to the point that I literally started to do some research. I started to question the ego, the vanity. I spoke to a priest. I spoke to a monk. I spoke to a teacher. I wanted to
Wow.
use I wanted to use my life, my energy, my mind, my talents. I don't, my goal was to be able to utilize it correctly. And I thought maybe I'm making a few mistakes here. Maybe I'm confused. Maybe I should ask some of these authority. Yeah, this is beauty. This is the banana, the avocado, right? The
Mm.
mask for the face, for the hair. I did the testing. I did the buying the products, you gotta, and then here we are going full circle, remembering, stepping out into nature in the morning. I remember the first time, Goga, you're gonna laugh. Do
Say
you
it.
know the bird?
Receipts.
Goga, do you know the first time, listen, that I was, oh, it was before dawn. It was just about dawn was about to break, the and I saw the most magical thing. I saw a whole line of birds all perched up, like a whole line of birds all perched up on a building, and they all woke up at the same time, and they all flew away, Goga. So this was my first experience. And this was not me waking up for the crack of dawn. This was me not going to sleep. This was me getting ready to go to bed. So this was my first experience meeting the birds. I'm going to bed and they're waking up.
Wow.
And it was so beautiful. And it was such a special experience. Yeah. So
Wow.
I believe that was one of my first, subliminal decisions to start to know the birds and not be afraid of the birds. And yeah, very, very, it's something that I just cannot forget, right? You don't plan special moments. People speak about moments. Oh, there's my carrots. Those are all locally harvested carrots.
Mm.
And you can, carrots are very good for you. You can glaze them. You can eat them raw, shred them. They're good for your eyes, right? Oh, that was the full moon.
There's a question on the chat. This is going to make you laugh, of course. You know David. David is asking whether the birds eat okra, but definitely David just wants to know that you eat okra, not the birds. You know, David. David always has to ask the guest this question.
David wants to know if I eat okra. He wants to know if I deserve to be in Kenya, in Africa. He's like, if this woman does not eat okra, she is out of here.
Oh no, he'll be very happy because I love okra. David does
I
not
will
like okra.
listen. You have to fry that okra up for me, baby. Fry it up.
Ooh.
You gotta give me some you gotta give me some crunchy okra. Although I am learning, I am aware that it has to be very, very healthy for you, for your you're slippery, like your anything that needs mucus, that needs to slide. The okra is very good, as well as the slippery elm. And so
Yeah.
ladies, yeah, ladies, especially, it's good for us to eat the okra and the slippery elm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
for
how you
all every
I like how you said ladies, ladies, ladies.
little
um
secrets, little secrets
yeah,
for the ladies,
I know,
and like,
let me not dig so much receipts, but thank you.
yeah,
David
for
David
everyone. It's for everyone, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's for everyone because the joints needs lubrication, right?
Tina is
Everything.
Tina is laughing so hard on the chat. I don't know what Tina. What are you thinking? Can you come back to the Sunday service, Tina? You cannot have a wild imagination.
Tina says yes, slippery, slippery elm.
No, she's laughing and then she's hiding her. You know that laughter that you're hiding. I'm not going to say much. I'm not going to say much. But I like what Tina said earlier, and maybe you can talk about this because part of the journey of being a seeker sometimes is that the old life may not make sense. You know, and you know, finding my journey into the practice, into the movement, into inner peace. It was not a. It was a cry for help. Um, but if I remember, just going back to the same question I asked you, if I look back at the version of me in 2017, it's 9 years since I took up yoga practice. If I look at that version of Goga back then, and I look at the version of Goga today, there was something very that it needed to happen during that particular time, and the life circumstances, I like what one of my teachers used to say, there is a universe, the universe as a universal, as an order to how it makes things happen. And you needed to have like, you needed to break at that point so that you can find the calling into the practice. So when if you have to look at your journey, Brooklyn, do you miss do you miss those certain parts of the old life? Because I know life had to be different. There are certain things you needed to embrace. You had to abandon some. I don't know, what was it like for you, especially living some of these parts? And I like what Tina said, because this, it feels like like when you're a child, and when you find healing, there's some, there are certain when you find healing, there are certain unhealed parts that still remain, but you don't define yourself with these particular parts. So talk to us about that, and what was it like for you? I like how Brooklyn is adjusting. Brooklyn, in case you're talking, I can't hear you.
No, I'm not speaking. I'm thinking.
Okay. I just saw you there stretching so nicely.
Yeah,
I thought
because I'm embracing, I'm trying to see what I actually heard and what is relevant. And because I have to say something very clearly that's going to be a little bit challenging for a lot of persons. I embrace forever now. So embracing forever now is the present, is the gift, is this moment. And really, it's all I have. So it's almost like all these questions and these, I feel it like a vortex, right? I feel it like aspects and fractals, fractions of possibilities, almost like a puzzle, right? And I don't really go back, especially it's almost like my training and my teaching and my yoga comes from a technique that is called deleting, and it's based on this forever now. And it goes back to our question of, have we always been who we are trying to become? And I would say yes. And I would say, even in your case, that you were just perfect the way you were 9 minutes ago. You know, the only thing that I feel that I have done is opposite of what people think. I am releasing things and taking away things and letting go of things and cleaning up things and inner alchemy, allowing things to shine, which is completely different than adding on to myself to become a better version. So it's many things, quote unquote, experiences, memories, accomplishments that are not readily available to the memory because they take up space that is unnecessary. And it doesn't allow this garden, because this is a garden. This space of the mind is my garden. And as you know, I'm planting new seeds, wonderful sunflowers, birds of paradise, owls, travels, retreats, scholarships, learning technology, waking up at the crack of dawn, implementing drinking water, all these new seeds. That's a lot of seeds. It takes up a lot of space. It's a lot of work. Listening to the birds when I need to pull back in. So I have deleted the other, and only if I need for work, for resource, for advancement, for a special workshop, shall I pull maybe an old file, a file up. Now, is that comprehensible?
Very, very comprehensible. I think it's very clear. I couldn't have put it in a better way. I like how you've said, I like how you say that, you still go back to the aspect of embracing the present moment and, how you're moving forward. And I also like the fact that you're not, that old version of you is not a problem. There was nothing wrong with that, that version of you. It was
Absolutely not.
yeah. I love that.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I always tell people this, and some people get very upset, Goga. Some people get upset when I say to them, I will do it all again. They get upset when I say I loved it and I would do it all again. There's just a few little details, my friend, and that includes drinking more water. That includes, getting more sleep, like saying no and going home a little bit earlier. Like simple things. We just had to take it to the limit, right? Why? We took it to the limit because someone told us we might die tonight.
I like that. Tina said something. Yeah, Tina said something here very beautiful. Like healing trauma beliefs and programming allows space for inner growth. So true. So true. And I think this literally now
Healing trauma, okay? Healing trauma.
Healing trauma beliefs. Can you see it on the screen? I've just put it, I've just highlighted it. Healing trauma beliefs and programming allows space for inner growth.
If you just wait a moment and I'll turn into a tiny, tiny little fairy and I'll get down. Tiny little fairy, get down and read it. It's like
you're going to squint like this.
No, and then I've already learned that my good angle is not getting like all close and down like that. I need to stay up.
Right.
And I love it. I love it.
Welcome, Tonja. Welcome, Reds. Welcome, Tallman.
Tanya's here. Tanya.
Yes, I think I'm saying it wrong. Yes, but yes, you're right. Tanya is here.
Tanya, welcome. And is Red's room here?
Yes, Red's room is also here.
Wow, thank you. I'm so appreciative. I tried to invite, listen, I tried. I could have, I should have, I would have individually invited so many more people. I did put Chiplo out there. I did put Kitty Mogul. I was trying to get Tiff Takes One. I did put Are You Locked In? Keep Posting, King Explicit. So I just kind of put like a different variety of people that have their crew and that were here for me in the beginning and that have inspired me in many ways. And so many people that I just couldn't, and also for me, for myself, and for those of you who are interested in a little bit of learning, we should not be putting like, so I just took like 6 names. That's a good number, right?
Yeah,
but some people, some people think that they're helping or they're doing something good when they put like, I don't even know, like between 20 and 50, like 20 and 50 at, they think they're doing a good job, but actually, no, that's not. If you're starting your channel, you're doing your channel, you have your channel, please refine your gratitude. And I know it's more work because you have to make more posts with other people as opposed to just putting everyone on one list. But that shows up to algorithm as spamming. That I learned, Goga. Did you learn that too?
Yes, yes, I know, and I know it never really does much anyway. So I
And here's
avoid it. I avoid it
yeah,
because of I avoid it because I know it can mess up my analytics.
exactly. I just learned that. So in one aspect, we feel, oh gosh, this person has been working so hard. We should go over there. We should say thank
Mm.
you on their post and everything. But no, because then the algorithm associates you with that spam. So we apologize to all of you who are doing, there's only a few, well, that I know. I mean, there's obviously a whole world out there, but we apologize to you if you are mentioning us in those super large groups of amazing creators. We're we're looking forward to working with them and getting them on and interviewing them and all of that. But we cannot now respond because we're legitimately looking out for our business. This is our
Yeah.
job. This is our business. This is our show. YouTube is communicating with us, is looking at us. Roberto Blake is looking at us. Neil, the president of YouTube, is scouting for all of us. Oops. Yeah, he's like, don't tell them. Neil's like, shh, that's just between us. Name dropping,
Uh,
right?
yeah,
Do not, do not.
there's somebody on the chat who is very excited about your environment. That is the world of Raga, who is watching you from Germany, and Raga says, yeah, the world of Raga says,
Germany?
yeah, the world of Raga says, Brooklyn TV, why are you like this, sitting at a beach while most of us are looking on house walls next doors? And then he's even
Yeah,
shocked that you have real plants. There's a green environment there. He's just excited about your environment. So I just wanted to like highlight that.
okay, I will tell you why. Because I followed my intuition, because I decided, I made a choice to be happy. I made a choice I wanted to be healthy. I reached out to source, I asked when I didn't know. I asked when I didn't know. I asked to be shown. I chose to be grateful. I chose to smile. Even then when hay una frase que dicen, hay una línea fina entre buena y boluda. And, there's a saying, it means like there's a thin line and it means between kind and stupid, basically, right? And I was willing to walk that line.
Mm.
And I kind of had a little bit, and my hip hop attitude about it was like, yo, it's okay. It's okay. You thought I was, kind of stupid. And I, thought the same about you. So it's okay. Let's change our perspective. Just because I'm smiling, and I'm saying hello and I'm looking at the sky and I'm happy to be alive. It's a choice. I tell you, it's a choice.
Oh,
You know,
that's a flex. I love it.
It's a choice because you know what? I have felt and I have tried to be a little bit meaner, to not care. I decided, no, I'm not going to give. No, I'm not going to do those special little things that I like to do. I was like, this is not good for me. Never mind you. I feel good doing this. I like to put my beautiful crystals. I like to light my Palo Santo. I love to go for a walk and admire the sunset or sunrise. I like to practice sun gazing and see if I could get cosmically charged. It's working. You see, I got energy, right? Frequency, attraction, scholarships, products, and yeah, and feeling good when you're walking to do your live stream in Kenya, not feeling like, oh my gosh, why did I agree to do this? It's so early. I'm exhausted. Oh, I'm a mess. No, you wake up like all of a sudden, you wake up and it's like four something. You're like, better wake up. No, wait. I still have time. I could go back to sleep for like another hour. Yeah, right. Get up.
It's a
Get up. Get
choice.
going. Right? A choice. What are you going to wear? So what are you gonna wear for Goga?
I love this outfit. Brooklyn.
Denim, that's the thing. We don't always, everybody thinks, oh, I got to wear the right gear. I got to get the yoga. I have to have the yoga mat. That's one of the things on my channel that I share with people. No, those are all excuses. Oh, it costs too much money. You can't get to the gym. You didn't get a ride. Your girlfriend didn't wake up. Your yoga pants are not clean. The yoga mat, all those things. No, this is why I wear what I wear. I said to myself, because I couldn't find the green. I said, I had this cute green outfit, this top and bottom. I said, couldn't find it because it doesn't go with what I represent normally. I tell people, listen, okay, these stretchy, leggy jeans, they're just like the same. So we just need to make it happen. Wake up, do a little shake, do a little inversion, do a little bounce to activate the lymph nodes, right?
Precisely. Let me see. I'm trying to check something really quick.
Thank you everyone for showing up. I really wish I could have invited more people. I was trying to put a short out so they would click on the short and then life happened. Choco, that's why he's over there. Very, very quiet. He had a little rumble. Choco, are you okay?
Right. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate appreciate you guys connecting. And the link is on pinned on top of my chat. Chaplain Dedrian, I see you. The World of Ruggers appreciate you, and thanks so much for the 15 months of trust. Red Zoom appreciate you as well. I thought I saw somebody there on the chat. Anastasia, yes. Mr. Philip Smith is also in the building. Thanks so much, Mr. Philip. Appreciate and
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah.
It's a little bit windy. I have to, let's see, maybe put something here so it doesn't fall down.
All right.
It's always a little bit windy where I am, right?
Of course.
Thank you,
Always
everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for pulling
Yeah.
in. Thank you for
Yeah.
your support. We're really growing, my channel, the subscribers internationally, right? Like today, you said you had Germany, we have Spain, we have Italy, we have Turkey, we have Istanbul, we have Caracas.
We have
Every place you
Grenada
can.
from Tolman. We have Kenya.
Kenya, of course, we've never. Listen, Kenya, this is exciting. I
love
told
this.
everyone, join me on my VIP trip to Kenya.
We
They
have
thought that I was
Jennifer. Jennifer is
literally
there as well, saying hi to you.
Jennifer. Yeah, I saw Jennifer the other day. I pop into her live sometimes.
Yeah.
She was saying something about Kuma Lambada, Kuma, about when you graduate from the colleges and everything.
Yeah.
And I can relate to her because it was like it's called Kuma something, and she said exactly what I say. She said Kuma something. Oh, you guys can tell I didn't graduate. Well, I had a better experience. I had gotten invited to this event where all the Ivy League people were going to be. And I said to this person, I was like, you're inviting me to the Ivy League event where there's going to be the Harvards, the Yales, the Princetons, the Kuma Lada. I don't know what they call it, right? Yeah. So I went graceful. I dressed the best I could. I showed up fashionably late as always, as a artist does, as an artist does. And I started to entertain them. I started to make jokes and laugh and tell them that I am Kuma Lambada. I won the Lambada contest, right? So they forgot all about their prestigious awards and who they were and what they graduated, and it was all about me. And then the food came, and it's perfect.
All right. Yeah.
So,
Jenny,
that's how.
you make Jenny is laughing and she's just like saying, "Wow, thank you so much. That was so cute."
Yeah.
Brooklyn, let's talk about this beautiful word on your channel. the alchemist soldier, because I think
Oh,
this is one of the things that really attracted me to bring you to the Sunday service. And it's literally, at least it's literally what is in the topic of the Sunday service, the alchemy of becoming. Um,
oh,
and
okay.
I want us to talk about, before you explain to us this, because I know the one thing I like with you, and when I ask you one thing, you can explain even 3 things and 4 things, which captures
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
That
So
this is what this let me just share you. This is what I've been being told lately. They
yeah,
said, I have never met anyone that you can say one word to and then you
mm,
create the whole story. So
yeah,
I appreciate you allowing me to express. And
I
at the
like
same
that.
time, I need to remember to listen, to appreciate you. And so thank you for reminding me.
And don't worry, I always tell you the beauty is it's your show. So the Sunday service is always about the guest, and I really appreciate you're so kind, because I think you're very mindful. That is the yogi way, the mindfulness. JP, welcome. But yeah, let's talk about the alchemist.
Welcome, JP.
Yeah, let's talk about the alchemist soldier. Why an alchemist soldier? What inspired this? And that you even got it trademarked, and it has a very special meaning to you. Talk to us about why be an alchemist. The first time I ever saw this word, it was when I was reading that book by Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. This was like
Wow.
yeah, way back in the day. I never even
Yes.
used to know the meaning of that word until I read that book. But what does this mean to be an alchemist soldier? I like how it is golden. I like how there's a whole shield there that is against a black background. But there is something there that is very powerful. Move into motivation, activate the forever now. And then there is the B way. So I'm going to ask about the B way shortly. But talk to us about being an alchemist soldier, and why is it important, and what inspired you?
Okay. It's very interesting. Okay. So, on our journey, our YouTube journey, I've been on it quite a while because I actually, in my desire to become a yogi, to learn about yogi, to implement yoga into my life, I decided to really get away from everything, away from everyone, including telephones, any kind of social media, like nothing. I wanted to really embrace. Uh, and so I found that many yoga teachers, let's say women who go and they get their certification, and there's nothing wrong with this because they are looking for a career as well. They go
Yeah.
into it as a career. Some are seeking the wisdom, the knowledge, the inner work. And some are like, well, I'm a physical girl. I look great. I do dance. I do this. I can become a yoga instructor, and that's great. Make my own schedule. I get great money. So there's a lot of reasons why people may decide to become a yogini, right? A yogi.
Yeah.
As far as what happened to me, as you said, it came through a sincere awakening, something that was coming up in me as a way to be, as a way to see, as a way to experience life. And I am aware of Paulo Coelho about the alchemist as well. It's a movie as well. I think it's a cartoon. So it has had very powerful messages. I have heard on my journey about the transmuting, right, of coal, and how we transmute it and it comes the diamond through the work, cracking it open. And then the alchemist is meant, I've learned and listened that the alchemist is meant to be able to transmute metals of other types into gold. So it's always been very intriguing to me. And so since there are many analogies and everything isn't always as it seems, right?
Mm.
It's not always physical. In fact, first it's inner, it's a thought, it's a feeling, it's a thought, it's a word, and then it becomes we manifest the actual material. So the alchemy, it had to be within me. I had to not get my certification and then jump up and say, hey, I'm a yoga instructor, come and take my class at this, and it's going to be $15 a class. And then I show up and all the other yoga instructors who have studied and they have learned and they know all the language of the Sanskrit of what each posture is called, and they know the Bhagavad Gita and all the gods, Kali. And then I show up and I'm like, put on some hip hop music and get into tree pose and balance. And I do know how to say Savasana.
Shabbat.
Right? Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
even right? Savasana, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it just didn't quite make sense to me to do that. So this is where the alchemy came in. I said, I
Mm.
must implement, I must acclimate, I must understand what is this yoga? What is this? Why am I doing this? In fact, I did the opposite. The strangest thing happened, Goga. The strangest thing happened. People found out I came back from my yoga training, and what other people would have jumped on, would have taken as an opportunity. I had these athletes, these wealthy athletes, these well known people that could have paid me well.
Mm.
But it was so new to me that when they approached me and they were with their enthusiasm and their excitement, and they said, you do yoga? You're yoga? Oh, we love yoga. It was like, instead of jumping on it, right, and saying, okay, let's set up a class and it's going to be $200 for like a few sessions, I just got scared. I felt like this was my inner private journey that I'm on, and I backed away, really. So that was what the alchemy for me was, really learning to know that it's not something else. It's not something, it's myself
Mm.
implementing, utilizing the tools, knowing that it's not this thing out there, this religion, this sacred secret that can't be shared or shouldn't be shared with everyone. All those things will come when the secret is ready, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will
The
come.
teacher appears,
So,
yes.
so this inner alchemy is my own work.
I like it.
It's been my own work to balance what I have learned. What does it mean? What truths are there? Are these truths going to resonate with everyone? Are they ready to even consider or comprehend what maybe Yogananda, Shri, Lahiri, people that they have never heard of? And the reason you don't hear of them, because they're not out in public. They are the masters. They're in the Akasha realms, in the silence, in the mana, in the prana that we, the vessel, embrace and share. And that alchemy, yeah, is about transmuting, let's say, even this morning, transmuting the chaos, the confusion. The animals got together on my pre-live and being okay. Yeah, being okay with that,
Yeah.
and
That
saying to
is
myself,
it.
yeah, remembering that Maya comes in and tries to stop us when we have something worth sharing with the world, with the source players, with the seekers, with the ones that are going to elevate and literally be part of evolution. So we've got, everything is always going on, right? The dark, the light, the black, the white, the day, the night, opposites attract, right? So when we become into this neutral, like the gray behind us, and we become the open vessel for transformation, for to even to even to even know that it exists, the possibility to hold that space. So I am in the beginning stages of that, because I have not yet I have not yet tried to transfer a metal into gold, but I will let you know when I get there. We'll be rich. I'll be like, here's some gold coins.
Right. I like there is something you call the B way, and I want to just talk to us about that. Be brave, be beautiful, be you. Oh my, this is one of the most beautiful things I have seen. I think on on somebody's like channel banner. Talk to us about these three B's. How did you come up with it, and why is it a very important philosophy for you? Because for me, I think this is the biggest affirmation you can actually give anyone who interacts or comes into your presence. The
Yes,
B
and
way.
yes. Why? Because, right, Brooklyn, right? First of all, yo, B, what's up? All right. Second of all, we always trying to be. We're always in the process of being and becoming. What does that mean? Is the process, right? We already are. We are a being, right?
Yeah.
We are being in action. We're being in life. We're being alive. So be also, like I said, b-boy, b-girl, being with the hip hop. It's always been like that. Yo, B, what's up? How would be, how would be hanging, things like that. It's kind of funny and cute. The B way though, exactly. I started to hear about people. You heard about it, right? It's called the
Yeah.
imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It's called the imposter syndrome. Guess what, everyone? It's another decoy. That's another a trick. That's another trap. That's another thing in the game, in the video game.
Those buds.
Hold on, I'm just checking out Choco, making sure he's okay. I may need to. Yeah, Choco, come. I'm sorry. Let me just see here.
Oh.
Yeah, he may need some attention. Yes, I
The
am going to have to get him some
the,
attention.
the guardian.
I am so sorry that that happened to you, Choco.
No, it's part of the content. We are enjoying the view.
Yeah, can you just hold on a moment? Oh, he's sitting with me.
Oh.
Yeah, he had a little rough time there. He got a little bite and, you know, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, he's a rough dog. He used to play with a wild boar, Twinkie,
Yeah.
remember? Yeah.
I like this. Thank you so much. Oh my God, Jennifer, thank you. Jennifer sent Cole here. Jennifer, Cole says, Jennifer told me about your live stream. I'm glad to meet you, everyone. Thank you so much, Cole, for coming in. What's up? Thank you. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. And to everybody who's connected to Brooklyn, I really like that. I can see you guys on her chat. So thank you so much for that as well. That
Oh,
is so
really? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna go wait till I see this. But can you do me a favor? I need to just take a little break for a second, just
no
check
worries.
something out, see if I have some spray, and then you can just put some things on the screen and you guys can talk to each other, please.
All right. I'll give
I'll
you
be
some
right
time.
back. Yes.
All right. Okay. So let me go here. Brooklyn will be back shortly. So let me attend to this, read the chats a bit and see who is here. Happy Sunday to everybody once again. It's good. It's going great. Thanks so much, Cole, for that. Appreciate you stopping by as well. And then I see Cole, did you change your profile picture? You look different. Cole, I know you differently. So I've never the first time I've seen your face call on the profile picture, and then I see each and every one of you connecting. Nice setup, dude. No, because I'm like, this picture looks different. Why does it? Because I've never seen the picture. I think I'm so used to just seeing the anime or something. But thank you so much for that. Yes, guys. So if you have not yet connected to Brooklyn Beauty TV, her channel is here. So we are having an amazing conversation, the alchemy of becoming, and the story is really on how she turned her life, health, and imperfection into her greatest power. And this is literally the message right here that she's trying to advance. And we're going to get into that conversation around health, around food. For those of David, I know I'd asked about okra earlier. David, if there's any other thing that David knows other than okra, it's the word shavasana. Shavasana. That's the one thing. That's the only posture David Hunt knows. Like in Sanskrit, like he doesn't even say Goga is sleeping. He's like, no, Goga is not sleeping. He's doing what you call shavasana. Yeah. He knows. All right. Brooklyn is back. Let me bring her up. Yes. So
Yeah,
nice.
we're gonna knock some people out, yo.
I was like, are those like boxing gloves and stuff?
Yeah, that's why they think they get confused. You know, we talked about the B way, right? So the
Yeah.
B way is basically it's being bold, it's being brave, it's being beautiful, it's being you, right? Whatever that means. Because my style, my way, the way that I learned, my yoga, the way I merge my hip hop with my yoga, my way of being spontaneous, of working out. So it doesn't actually fit in with, let's say, the average version of what yoga should be, or how a yogini should look, or how yogini should talk or act. And is she so peaceful all the time? Is she always forgiving? Is she a granola eating hippie? You know, this is like the thing. There's all different versions. Yes, health is the priority. Health, health, is the wealth. That's what's coming. Yes, I have changed my language. Okay, am I going to impose on people? Am I going to get upset with them because they're using curse words, or they're doing, talking sexy talk and this and that? No, that's flavor. That's flavor. I can handle it. I can hear it sometimes, right? But the thing is, if that's making them happy, if they're attracting everything in their life with the language they're using, then that's great, but if you're kind of, like you said, being the seeker and wondering, wait a minute, why are the relationships I'm having, like, acting up? Why is she my best friend, quote unquote, quote, my frenemy now? Why can't I get the place that I want to stay to live at? If you got questions that are doubting, like, your dream, the way that you're living, then you might want to look at the seeds that you're planting, which begin with the words, the thoughts, the feeling in your heart, right? So what you nurture grows. What you think about, you bring about. And so then I say to myself, what are these people talking about? Oh, the imposter syndrome. What? How could that be? That's you. You are experimenting with different aspects of yourself. So imposter, no. Acting, yes. You're like, okay, today I'm going to be very professional, and I'm going to use this kind of language, and I'm going to dress this way because that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way they want me to see me. And then you do that, right? You put on your, I don't know, whatever you put on, something that squeezes you in, some kind of glasses you put on, makes you look professional. You use words you've never used before. Of course you're going to turn around. You're going to be like, oh, I feel like an imposter. No, you should feel like an actor. Like, who is the role that you took on that day? Uh-oh, I gotta hold on. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Right. Okay. As we wait for Brooklyn to get back, feel free to drop any question you want to drop on the chat, for me to be able to ask her when she comes back. Um, is there any this is what happened. David, leave me alone. David, thanks so much for the 38 months of trust, but please leave me alone. Don't bring okra into this. Don't bring okra into this, David. But thank you so much, David, for that. Thank you so much, David, for those 38 months of trust. And once again, guys, in case you're not connected to Brooklyn TV, that is it. That is a channel, and she's streaming all the way from the it's called the Aleutian Islands. I need to like remember that somewhere in is it Alaska? It's very like, yeah, she's 13. What I know is that Brooklyn is 13 hours behind and 13 hours ahead of her time. So yeah, the Aleutian Islands it is. So she's streaming all the way from the Aleutian Islands, and we are having an amazing conversation about the alchemy of becoming, and that is literally what is grounding this conversation. David Chaplain Dedrian was looking for you, but I told her that you are sorry, not David, but Reds. Chaplain Dedrian was looking for you, but I've told her that you are on Brooklyn's chat.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I'm sorry, I was just able to get Choco into the truck with
hmm.
someone who can actually help him. Let him know that I let him know that he did get a bite. And obviously he's okay. He wasn't like bleeding all over the place, but he needs some Vetricin. It's called Vetricin for the
Oh,
animals and he needs to relax. So I'm glad that I didn't have to end our because animals, you see, that's what I'm saying. With nature, and I call it a sanctuary. See, I have a digital sanctuary.
yeah.
That's the strangest thing. I would have never, ever, you asked me earlier, would have never imagined that I would be working on a sanctuary, working to help to save birds and animals and trees. Like, just that's something that oh my gosh, yeah.
I had to bring this so that you talk to because you're talking about animals right now. So I had to bring it up on the screen.
Let me just tell you, these animals, they all adopted me. That's what I mean.
Oh,
Life gives you what you need. Like I didn't go looking for them. I was like, one little cat came one morning and I thought it was a dirty sock on the ground. I was like, what is this? It's so tiny. I thought it was a little black sock. And then I looked closer and then I thought it was a bat. Like I couldn't tell. It had little claws and little fangs. When you don't know about animals, right? Even though it's a basic, I was like, I still don't know what sometimes I look. We think we know. It's like humans. We think we see each other, but there's so
yeah.
many aspects. So it then came another little gray one that adopted me that like literally we saved from getting squashed from the big machines. Then
Oh,
this wild Mancoon, this red one that you see there, took me one whole year to be able
wow.
to touch. So this has been my nature journey, like looking at them, listening to them. They speak different. It's been amazing. It's so cute. The dog, too, he's my guardian. He adopted me. He adopted me in the
Oh,
gas station. It was like something out of the Lord of the Rings. I'm not kidding you.
whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
this big guy like Gandor showed up and I heard something and somebody said, "Is this your dog?" And I jumped. I don't know why. I jumped out of the truck and I looked at this dog and I would have never. I'm not a big dog kind of person. Like, but this is destiny, you know? I said I said to Gandor, I said, "Is this my protector?" He said, "Yes, of course he did."
Oh,
And like
wow.
honestly, before anyone knew what was happening, that Choco dog was in the truck coming home with me. So life, I can't yet listen. Once we open up and we allow things to be without holding on, without pushing and pulling, resenting, remembering, the past. Oh no, becoming present, like having faith. that all that experience has made us who we need to be today, even imperfectly perfect.
I like
My
this.
animal journey, I am a creature as well. We are creatures, but we can refine ourselves. So when people say, oh, animal instincts, we're animals, animal instincts, and it allows them to do animal things, that's just an excuse because we've been given the brain, the heart, the alignment, the knowledge. So we are creatures, but we can refine our creature. We can become the best. We have been given domain over all the creatures for a reason.
Yeah.
To be there
Aha.
for them to help us and for us to help them to heal, right? To be our best selves. So this journey has been so magical to be able to look at the sky and see the clouds and see the sun and see the moon and not be afraid. This is it. This is the magic.
Let's talk
And then we
about.
go,
Yeah. Sorry. I think I
no,
lost
then we
the.
go further, right? And we do the sun gazing. We look at the sun.
Mm.
Everything we were told not to do, right? Oh, cover yourself up, put a hat on, put sunblock on with all kinds of stuff in it. Who knows what to put it? What? One time I put the sunblock on, I couldn't see a thing. It was rolling down my eyes. My eyes were burning. One of my live streams, I was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm putting this sunblock all over my face. You got to be very particular what you put on. Get a mineral one, you know. Yeah, but we were told to cover up, put the sunglasses, put the hat, put the long sleeves so you can't get any vitamin D and you wither away, right?
Yeah.
So then the sun gazing is the next level. The sun gazing is when you get the solar charge, you get your body gets paneled, you revitalize, you recharge your synergy cell, you get the vitamin D, you get a nice glow. And you do it very specifically because you have a mind to know, right? So you know just as it's rising, just as it's setting, 10 seconds to begin. You look at it, and then what do you see? You start to see the painting that the great artist, who was it? Who was it that painted the sun with like circles and circles and circles like it's a vortex?
Yeah.
Great artist, right?
Of course.
Who is it? Dali, no. Dali did the crazy. Van Gogh? Could it be Van Gogh?
Van Gogh. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. Van Gogh.
It,
Is it Van Gogh? I need to check because I know Van Gogh is there. I
it,
like the. Is it the sunflower thing that he did or something? I like
right.
that.
So yeah, something where you really. I think I know. Obviously, they've done it because we're not
Let,
sure. We got to get our
let,
details. But yeah, the point is if you look at it, you you will see something different. That's the curiousness about not just saying, "Oh, sunrise. Oh, there's the sun. Oh, the moon is out. Stars out. Oh, those are things that happen." But get becoming, yeah, being and becoming.
Right. Yeah, it's Van Gogh. I've seen the picture. I wanted to I could share it on the screen, but yeah, it's definitely a Van Gogh picture. I wanted to ask you something closer to just what you're saying. Right there, especially just around the training that sometimes we go through, especially as yogis, and you spent like years training your body, training just to to be able to make these movements that you're making, including the inversions that you were just doing earlier. What is it when it comes? I know physical training is just one aspect of yoga, or as part of the alchemy, but what is that one thing about training, especially physical training, asana, as we'll call it, has taught you about training your mind and your soul? Because I know the physical aspect is very obvious. People can see that there's flexibility, there is movement. But talk to us about how it translates to changing how you think, and also just your inner, just your inner perception of life and things. So mind and soul training.
Okay. Well, the asanas, yeah, okay. Asanas, postures, right? The asanas are the postures that we do.
Yes.
The discipline, the focus it takes, the commitment, to even want to get yourself into those postures. So right away, you start with that. You start with focus, determination, commitment. You must invest, right? So you must invest your time as well. So if people say, oh, time is money, so you're so busy, you can't have time for exercise. You have to get to your scrolling, your channels, communication, but you're confused because you don't know if they're on Discord or if they're on WhatsApp or if they're on YouTube or if they're all that. Yeah, so you're very confused. And then you realize, wait, I have to breathe. So part of my work from doing the asanas would allow me to breathe, to refocus, to redirect the energy, to remember that my mission is to act, to activate the can theory. So doing these yoga asanas builds focus, strength, discipline, gives us the opportunity to have patience to allow the work to be done, and then you need to allow it to assimilate so you don't reap the reward in the moment, right? That's why the what do we call it, the shavasana, when you lay down after the class is done, that is the time that the body is assimilating. It's listening, it's feeling, it's remembering, and it's actually as important as the rest of the work you did in the class. So this is the importance of the asana, right? So yeah, you're getting you're getting dirty quick here on the ranch. So you're getting the stretch, you're getting the strength, you're getting the focus, you're getting the physical benefits that it does to your body, opening up the psoas, releasing the emotions. And yet you're building discipline, commitment, focus, right? These things, you take them through your day. You're like, wait a minute. And if you do the royal dancer, how could you expect to do the royal dancer? And then you go throughout your day and you turn into the unroyal gremlin. Right?
How much time do you invest in your practice? Yeah.
I invest pretty much my whole life.
Brooklyn, how much time do you invest in your practice?
I invest pretty much my whole life.
I like that. Because that is going to be a great conversation around discipline. And, has practice gotten to a place where it has now become like a discipline that you cannot compromise on? And, on days when you feel like not showing up, how do you get into that space to show up even just for yourself, even if you're not like in the right headspace? But showing up, they always say it's one of just showing up sometimes is already half the work done. So talk to us about that, because that is a very great conversation around discipline and how practice normally builds discipline into your character.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens to all of us, right? People think that once you become a yogi, once you become Ayurvedic, once you say, oh, I am healthy, once you implement your quote unquote routines that you have, oh, it's all peaches and roses, right? Well,
no.
Life hits you, something happens, someone calls, some bills that you didn't want to deal with, some this, that, the other, right? And it all goes. And then that day becomes super long, because then you had to pull the weeds. Then you had the dog that had this. Then you had someone who couldn't comprehend what you said, and you started to speak for like an hour, and you didn't even know what they said, and they don't know what you said, but you guys were speaking for an hour. It's like saying something, not I, and the other one is thinking, what am I going to say? How can I get away? And it's like, then all of a sudden, you're just like, okay, I have a show to do. I have my work to do, right? You're exhausted already. You're exhausted. People don't realize it, but the tests have been done. People think it's only physical work that exhausts you. But no, if you're thinking, if you're using your brain, if you're using it for talking unnecessarily, debating, arguing, you're going to be tired. You're going to exhaust yourself. So my thing is now is I am trying to catch myself when I find myself in a conversation that is really not going anywhere. Even let's say answering back something that's already obvious. Like all our words, all our prana, our life force energy is valuable. And because we're being bombarded and overloaded information and everything, our time is more precious than ever now, because we have to clear through all the mess to choose what's important to us to get it done. So I take the tools that I have learned and that I have been implementing, like the breathing 4, hold for 4. I actually exhale for 6. And sometimes if it gets really a lot, I do 6, 6, 8 breathing. So first and foremost, it has to be the breathing, because we calm the mind and then we calm the body. Secondly, what I'm doing now, I have already taken out the can'ts, the don'ts, the won'ts, the negative words, even the curse words out of my language. Now, every once in a while, they'll pop up. That's just for fun. You can't take the Brooklyn out. I did learn this even with my yoga master of yoga, that it's not really the word, it's really the intention. So sometimes we can play around, and sometimes people need to be like, a little fear goes a long way, Goga. You know what I'm saying? You look at somebody with a certain tone and say it in a certain way, and they're gonna listen, especially if you're leading the retreat, right? You know what I'm saying? You're leading the session, the day. You gotta let them know who's in charge, right? So they're like, oh, they're upset. Oh, we upset them. Oh, they're mad. And you're like, deep down inside, you're not really mad. You're not really upset. You're like, I gotta get this gotta get this one in line. We gotta get the game going on, So it's kind of like we can learn. And so every once in a while, you hear me joke around. I don't actually say the whole word, but I'll say, this mom, I'll say something. And it's just kind of like, joking with the slang and reminding people that it's okay. Don't have to not come here because I'm not cursing, because I'm not, doing the smoking on the channel, like I love people being themselves, right? And if they're here, it's for a reason. And so maybe it's not today, maybe it's not tomorrow, but it's like we have Still Me joining us, and we have a lot of people who are in the process of refining their lives. And what I share with them is, even if you're doing it, if it's something that you think you would like to change, drop a habit, even while you're doing it, you say, I quit. Let them call you a hypocrite. Let them say, yeah, but I saw you drinking last night, or I saw you with the beer in your hand. Yeah, but I quit. Because it's your mind, your imagination. And one day you manifest what you think about, you bring about. Yeah.
What you think about, you bring about. And I love this idea of we are human beings at the end of the day. You are not you're not like you're not perfect, you're not a
Alien.
robot, and you're also a work in progress. And I think yeah, and I think that's also a beautiful conversation just around like the alchemy of becoming is also just appreciating the fact that you're human first,
Yeah.
and not an alien, as you say, and you're
Yeah,
evolving,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you have to give
Some people
yourself.
out there might be. Some of them might be alien, reptilian, drone clone. They it all it's all possible. You know me, I just say no to the chip. Not even you can't just have one chip, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all good though, whatever it
Another
is.
thing that yeah,
If they exist, they exist. We
another
exist,
thing that
right?
we need, yeah, yeah. Another thing that is very important for us to talk about is food and what
Oh,
goes into our body. You are a very strong proponent of what you eat, and the impact it has on your body. You are an advocate of hydration. Drinking lots of water. I mean, you literally have a gallon of water there at the Sunday service that I've seen you drinking since we started.
yep,
What
yeah.
is your
This is
philosophy,
something.
especially when it comes to food and what goes inside our body?
This is something that I had the pleasure
Okra included.
of working with someone specifically on. I did actually get to go to a yoga, a water, a retreat where we focused on the importance of drinking water. Yeah, it's very interesting. Um,
Oh wow.
uh, we basically it was part of the retreat. Uh, Oh, I hear another dog. It was part of the retreat, the specificness of when to drink water, how important it is to wake up and have a nice full glass of water, how important it is to start the system, the digestive system. You know, water is life, right? So how important is it? And then to drink something warm. So a lot of people they just go straight for, let's say, a coffee, but really they should start with a nice, a room temperature glass of water. We are water. We get affected. That's why the moon, right, affects us because we're water. So uh, this happened at a retreat with where we will talk a little bit more about this. I am collaborating with someone, a Trident woman. So if anyone is interested, she is fully into the hydration and the Ayurvedic eating. And so I have to give credit. It's not that I wasn't already on the journey or had already learned. I do have my certification as an Ayurvedic practitioner, advocate, as well as several others. But like I said, there is a difference of knowing and then implementing it. And so when you have someone, that's why we kind of look, we hook up with each other, we inspire each other. When you have someone who's literally doing it in their life, feeling the rewards, you can see the rewards, you can see the skin glowing, the eyes glowing, the energy, the classes happening, the collaboration work. Say, okay, well, you know what? Yeah, I can take a little bit of advice. I can go and do this retreat. I want to share my life force energy with this person who is willing to invest to be part of the evolution. So that's what I did. I took a chance and that all came from my YouTube journey. I'll let you know. Came from being showing up, like you said, when I didn't feel like it because I knew I had a goal. I know that YouTube is watching. I know that there's people out there that are watching. So just the way that I received help, I received motivation when I listened to, let's say, her, inspiring about the benefits without imposing and just seeing the results. So this is what keeps me going and yeah, and then now having the interview, and not just you. I have several different wonderful people who have asked me to be on their show. So this is the beginning.
Nice.
So Yeah, there'll be interviews, there'll be collaborations. I will be interviewing people. I've got athletes, I've got authors, got dancers, it's like fashion. We'll do some fashion, right? Why not? It's a fun show. Being alive, being healthy is amazing.
Indeed, it is. Brooklyn, of course, we have to talk about your hair because one of the things that you've been very categorical on is the power of hair and, and the energetic. I like this statement. Your hair is not just an aesthetic, it has energetic implications. One of the compliments you get a lot, other than your nice and amazing voice, such a yogic voice, Flora is saying that, oh wow, she has Flora is on your chat and saying such a calming voice. For sure, I know she has a
Wow.
great voice. Yeah, but
I
let's talk
really,
about
I
hair
really,
because yeah,
I appreciate that comment more than you know, Flora.
yeah.
I really appreciate that because part of my journey has been to collaborate the peace and the passion. I have many
Oh.
live streams where my passion just takes over and my voice goes all over the place and it's very loud. I get loud because I'm little. So as I'm little, so it's almost like I felt like I had to. Yeah, I had to make my voice taller than me, especially when you're in the city atmosphere, when you're around everyone's beautiful and
Oh.
tall and intelligent and important. And there I was, tiny. I was so tiny. So I had to make my voice bigger, so between the heels, the heels, the big hair and the voice, I got taller. I got noticed. So I appreciate you. But then again, I did have opportunities. So I'm joking, but I did have opportunities. One time I did have a woman from a major agency hand me a card and ask me to come in to do voiceovers. So
Oh,
that was an
nice.
opportunity. Yes. So us seekers and partiers and, going with the flow people, we don't necessarily always jump on these quote unquote opportunities, right?
Mm. True.
But I did get to experience that, not at that time, maybe not as quote unquote, at the level it could have been. But hey, these things, do we think that we miss an opportunity, or do we subconsciously know that we don't need to be in a studio doing voiceovers like all day long for the rest of our life? I mean, sometimes we think we missed an opportunity, but it's really just the knowing of the possibility, and then we choose, right? A lot of people think they missed it. They missed the bus. They missed the plane. They missed their success. That's a part of the trick as well. That's not true.
Mm.
It there's no expiration date on your success, on your happiness, on your joy. The things may look different, yeah, but maybe this is the time you're actually able to hold on to it, to handle it. You weren't able to if you had made it earlier, if you had done this or that. Who knows, right? So I try to just embrace all of this and be here with you now. I appreciate you. The voice is so important to me to say that.
Thank you for that, Flora. I think, yeah, thank you for that compliment. Anyway, we were talking about hair, and this is one
Yes.
thing that you've also been very categorical on. So you know that your hair is not just an aesthetic; it's energetic. I love that statement because I think I saw it here when you sent some of these pictures, and I wanted us to talk
Yes, yes.
about this, including that book on Amazon regarding the
Uh,
this same
this
conversation.
is the big reveal. This is the reveal. This is the reveal. The
Ah,
book. This
oh,
is not,
the book is
this
the
is
reveal.
the book is the reveal, my friend. This is the first, that it is. That's it, right? Well, That's it. That is the book.
What? Wait.
This
We
is
need to put like some clap or something. Wow.
yes. This is the reveal. This is what we have been working on. This is what the culmination of all the compliments of the hair, of me always touching my hair, of me fixing my hair, of the wind blowing my hair, of me allowing my hair to be, and of learning through this journey that it is antennas of life. The hair is connection. It holds energy. It when you've gone through something and sometimes you give yourself a little hair trim, oh, you feel so much better. You feel so much lighter. The hair is something people judge us greatly by our hair. How should we be wearing our hair? At what stage, at what time of our lives? When should women chop their hair off? When should they start wearing their hair back and up? When is our hair shedding? Does that mean it's over? Like, does the piece of paper, the number on the paper match? So you're like, oh, it matches. My hair is shedding. It's losing some color. That's it. I'm done. No, it's kind of quite the opposite, my friend. You're the lucky one. If you're seeing that hair shed, if you're seeing it fall in the shower, if you're seeing that there's a little bit of a lack of color, our hair is speaking to us from the inside. It's telling us how we're doing. How is our liver? How is our kidney? How is our digestion? How are we eating? How are our stress levels, our nerves, right? We don't need our hair to live. It's not mandatory, right? So what happens? People say, "Oh, I'm going bald," or for men even, right? Um,
Hmm.
so if your body doesn't need your hair to live, and your body's job is to survive, and there's things going on inside your body, it's going to get rid of things that are taking up energy, that are taking away from you healing on the inside. That's crazy. We never learned that. We never heard that. I mean, maybe some people did, right? That do the studying and everything that really are living the life, the Ayurvedic and but in general, we were always told to cover up our hair, to tie it up, to, um, you know, all kinds of things, right? Me, straighten it out, straighten it out, straighten it out, because it's all so wild and curly and it's frizzy, the word we never want to hear. Like nobody wants to hear you're frizzy. So, us women, and of course there's men as well, go through these things being judged by our hair. So I was lucky, I say lucky, to meet
Yeah.
up and collaborate with this great creator who is already an author. Already mentioned her name, the Trident Woman. So our union, not only did I do the yoga, the retreat, the water, become the recipient of the clothing line, become a model with her.
Yeah.
I and her, she and I, decided that let's utilize this information, this hair, the fact that I've always been a hair model, because this type of hair, people need to practice. You walk into a salon and the girls go and hide in the back. Only the brave ones. Yeah, only the brave ones. Like, hello, can you straighten out my hair? Like I have the silkiest, softest, flowing hair. And they're like, I'm on my lunch break. So I've been through all of that. And I
Hmm.
think the YouTube channel helped me to finally allow myself to be okay. Like my goal was to find this person to do this special treatment. It's called an agave treatment, and it's like silky and it straightens out. And I couldn't find someone. I really couldn't find someone. Even when even when I was in New York, it was very strange. So I guess the message was for me to sort of be with what is mine, what was given to me, and let's learn and grow with that. So this
Mm.
book, I am a co-author. Yeah, this is the first time that I'm literally, announcing it. I'm a co-author on this book. And it is
Congratulations.
a thank you. It's been a dream of mine for many years to write a book. I have the original, I have my original paperwork, my writings, my pictures, the colors that I like. I have that original. So I sat with that. So there was no desperation. There was just a
Mm.
desire. Yeah. And this book, of mine, they call it Zine, Zine style, Zine style, magazine, zine, some people might call it zine. They call it, it's happened all throughout time. All throughout time, it's happened when people did not have access to getting their message out, to having things printed professionally. So I started mine as a zine, as a zine, just cut out pictures, paper, a binder, and I held it. And timing and destiny allowed me to meet up with Trident Woman right there. You see the book cover we worked on. I specifically did uh, my art. I specifically
I
did
love I
sketching.
love I love the triples. That was that is so on brand.
This was, yes, this is not a mistake. This is not, this is alchemy. This is it just transforming. Exactly. It is what we do. It's both her and I, the tree, the
Mm.
roots, the tree of life, the sun, the blooming, the being, the becoming. We worked, we worked for months and months and months, every color, every detail, every word. We want to make sure there's science there for you. There's uh there's there's recipes for you. There's yoga moves for you. Yoga, would you like to read something from that page or something for us?
Yes, let me see. I like the introduction already. Like this book explores the deeper connection between hair, the body, and inner balance, where growth, strength, and vitality begin from within, a key to understanding. Rooted in Ayurveda, yoga, and modern science, it offers a natural path to support hair health through nourishment, rhythm, and awareness. A return to the roots, a restoration of connection, because when the body is supported, hair responds, allowing the antennas of life to awaken, nourish, and bloom like the tree of life itself, which is the art, I guess, that is on the left. Congratulations, Brooklyn. This is
Yes,
beautiful. And it's available on Amazon, guys. It's available on Amazon. So in
yes,
case
it
you're
is.
looking for it, just take a screen. Yeah, take a okay, let me allow the author to promote the book because I know she has the language better than me. Okay. Over promote your book. You need people to buy this book. So this is part of the product.
Yes, exactly. My merchandise that I spoke about, my merch is on the way, and this is part of it. As I said, it is a collaboration. I am a co-author under the
Mm.
Trident Woman line, which is also very specific, a very specialized way of health and healing. So I feel very honored and grateful to have such an established, respected partner. Yeah, she just came back from
Nice.
Poland and she's collaborating with Germany. And not only that, she's collaborated and directly related with Slomo, the doctor who is known for going into slow motion and just, gliding on the rollerblades. So the people that I am collaborating with are very exciting. Mr. Astrology, she was actually interviewed on that show and announced our book,
Mm.
which was still in the making, was coming out on that. So the reach and the opportunities are amazing. This book is right now currently only ebook, but as we speak, the right time, the right moment, it will be available soft cover.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I love the
Nice.
tangible. That's my goal. For me, ebook is great, but I need to feel it. I need to get that transmission. You're going to
Yes.
feel the work that we put into that. And that work was done with joy, with excitement. You will feel how every page, every word, every time we decided on a new recipe, a new posture, we gave it our heart, our soul. We reminded each other, this is the anchor, this is the trident. We know that this book is good for the people and that this book is leaving a legacy. Does the world need one more book? Maybe, maybe not. Have many, many, many great writings been destroyed, been lost? Yes. But if it gets to the right people, the right person, we just don't
Mm.
know what that is going to lead to. And what I would like to start to do is have people, when they do buy it, when they do read it, when they do implement it, come, come to the channel, come to the community post, leave a before and after, tell a story. Maybe we'll end up interviewing you when your hair starts growing back because you're implementing the work. You went out, you bought the faux tea. The faux tea is the ancient Chinese secret. The man with the black hair. The mystery is he was, unfortunately, somehow, whether he was guilty or not, I don't know those details, he was placed in jail. He was incarcerated in China. And the story goes that years later, when they went to retrieve him to let him out, they were completely shocked. He had a full head of black hair. And he gave it to the fact that he ate the faux tea root that was growing up through the crack. So there's wonderful things. There's cassia, there's horsetail, there's teas, you know. And what I would like to inspire more than anything is, a lot of times people accept, they say, I'm just going to accept this. They look at that number, they listen to what so and so says they should have done, could have done, would have done. They look in the mirror, maybe it's not the same, right? And then they just accept and they believe, that's it. I'm settling down, I'm going down, I'm rolling down, I'm falling down, and that's that. But no, we have an opportunity to choose and to implement new and to
Mm.
refresh and to revitalize this vehicle so that it can be optimized for its best, right? Just like you would do with anything else that you own.
That's true.
You,
Yeah.
right? Your
I'm
car.
very, yeah. I like, I want to ask something just about this book because, the idea, your hair has always been a character in your own life story.
Yes.
Even on your live streams, your hair is a distinct character. It could even have its own YouTube channel for at this particular point, because that is the one thing
Right.
people always ask you about anytime you are talking, anytime you're doing your yoga, because you're always like, the hair always gets in the way, and everybody is always like fascinated to ask about it. The fact that it became like a book, all right,
Yes.
no worries.
Yes. Yes. Hold, hold, hold. Action is calling. Hold. But yes, I hear you about the hair, its own show, the book. We'll get right back to that.
All right, no worries. Yeah, so guys, the book is on Amazon, so you can, those of you like want to check it out. It's a beautiful. I love the art that I saw when I saw this book. Um, it's available on Amazon, so those of you may want. I know Americans, you have access to this. The people in India as well. It's also on Amazon India. Um, it's very decently priced. It's available online, and you can get a Kindle edition. So that is a book by, of course, Brooklyn Beauty. So you can check it out. She has co-authored it with another author right there. So it's a great book just to be able to get insights into the work she has put in terms of putting at least some of the choices that she has made in terms of her wellness and health into a work of literature, as I think as I would call it. So yeah, make sure that you can check it out. It's available on Amazon. I can drop the link on the chat. It's called The Ultimate Hair Health Guide. Hair as the connection antennas of life. So you can take a screenshot. I'm dropping a link on both chats, both on Brooklyn's chat and my chat, so that you guys have a sense of what the book, where you can get the book. Then you can promote that craft. It's the least you can do. It's not a monetized channel, but yes, it's the least you can do. So I've dropped the links on both chats for you to be able to have a sense. Yes, Brooklyn, welcome back. So I was talking about your hair being its own character, and you now putting it into a book. It's literally like you have, and I like the idea of that you're planning to have a hardcover, because even I like feeling there's always something when you read a book that you can feel. It makes it stay with you, and also just having it on display in like if it was there behind me on the shelf, it would be so cool, just like it's lingering around on the shelf as I'm talking here. When it comes,
Literally,
yeah,
there is nothing better. Literally, there is nothing better than having literature in your hand. Because as
yes,
I said, and even this, be aware, right? Be aware. All of this, oh, it's online, taking away all our tangible stuff. It's very elusive. It's easy to forget. It's
yeah,
part of the distraction and the distortion as to what is importante, the tangible, the feeling, the using of the hands, the pen,
mm,
the writing, the paper. This is all part of it. Okay, it seems quote unquote convenient, but no, remember the game. Remember the game. If you are useless, that is the goal. Okay, you're useless. Because if you only know how to do something online, if you only know how
mm,
to read online, if you only know how to push buttons on the computer, if you only know how to push buttons on the phone, what happens the day, and it will come, that it crashes?
yep, yeah,
What have you mastered? What have you learned to do? What can you be resourceful with on your own? Your care, your self-care, your health, your environment, the planting, the finding out about solar energy. So there's many things
mm.
that our being with the material. So we cannot just assume. Every people say to me,
Oops,
excuse me,
sorry, the wind.
I
Yeah.
know the wind, it's the wind. People say to me, no, everything is going to be online. Like everything. I'm like, well, not so much everything. And I don't know if all of you remember, there's a movie, I don't know exactly what it's called, but Mission Impossible, the guy he's like, no, I'm not giving up my role. He's like, there's not coming a younger version of me taking my place. Tom Cruise, right? Tom Cruise is like, I'm cruising till the end. I'm cruising till, I'm being and becoming every moment. This is my dream, my life. And so the movie, right? Yeah, right. We used to say that to our friend. We're like, oh, you're such a good actor. You'll be the new Tom Cruise. We're like, so sorry. You just gotta be yourself. So sorry, Tom Cruise did not move out of the way for you. So here's the deal. In that movie, in the future, with everything, ultimately they end up at a very basic little cabana. And in that
Mm,
cabana, there's a record player, and there's just all kinds of books. And there's several different movies where you see that the joy of this future is simplicity, in being able to
Yep.
find a room where your silky beautiful, where your crystals are, where your magical paintings, where you could sit in a on a porch like this and listen to the breeze, right? So it's not all about the future being. We're already here in the future. This
You're
future
already
is here
living
right
in it.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're right here in the
And
future.
yeah, I like what if there's one thing I think I'm not going to forget is, like, you have a choice. You have a choice in case you make that choice to, like, live a holistic life. You do make a choice, and well done on this book. I can't wait to see what what becomes of it, especially on hardcover. And which takes me to the other question in terms of your YouTube channel, because the book is now like a medium for you to transmit knowledge. But of course, so
Yes,
is your YouTube channel, because your
yes,
YouTube channel is
yes.
also like a platform you use. So talk to us about, why YouTube as opposed to, say, just writing books in the, offline, and then hoping that they end up on the, but why was YouTube very important for you to amplify your message as Brooklyn Beauty TV? And I like the fact that you called it a TV, because it gives all these aspects, different facets of your life as opposed to one. So Brooklyn Beauty TV.
Yeah,
So
I do. I feel like the book is a manifestation of all this work. It's a culmination. And yes, it has many messages. It's leading to many opportunities. As I said, as a collaboration, as a co-author, as being, someone who was trusted and hmm, yeah, that we went on this journey. It's not,
mhm.
let me just say to you, it's not an easy journey. It's a challenging journey, but I am up for the challenge, and that's the thing. And so is my co-partner, the collaborator, Trident Woman, Sylvia. Okay, you can see. So this is what I'm going to share with you too. Because of my lack of knowledge, quote unquote, with technology, I am still working on getting my author page up. So it's kind of silly. It's kind of silly. It's one of the reasons I delayed on saying it and everything, because, you know, people are funny. You tell people that you've done something, right?
Yeah.
And that you're a co-author on it, and then they go to the page and then they see all the information is about Trident Woman. They see that her author page is perfect. It says everything. It leads you here and there. And you don't
Yeah.
find me. You're like, oh wait. If you click on that thing, it says one other. So you click, it says and one other. There's my name, co-author. So, so I said, wait, I gotta wait. I can't tell people, because why? I didn't mind to tell them, but was not what I wasn't enjoying was right away the questioning. Like,
Yeah.
where are you? I see her. Where are you? I was like, dudes, I'm co-author. Like, take a moment. Look, what do you think about the cover? The name. So we all have the ego, right?
Yeah.
And it's almost like, yeah, in some ways it's like, are they looking out for me? Are they trying to protect me? Do they want to make sure that, the work that I've done is being recognized and valued? Yeah, all those things are there. So I have to acknowledge that, was I prepared? Not necessarily. Do I speak about preparedness meets opportunity? Yes. Right.
Yeah.
So my author page is in the works as we speak. It might even go up today. Right. Which is okay. That's perfect timing, because people are still on the live. They're not ready to rush and buy yet. But then again, there's also
Exactly.
the ego. There's the ego about the bio, right? Oh gosh, who is that? Who did that? Oh, who cares? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, did you really do that? Oh, how long ago did you do that? Does it matter? Oh, da 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 da. Right? So it's almost like I go through that. And that's what I did. I just got out of everything, got off of everything. I'm no one. I wanted to just become. I don't need. I don't. That's why. So now it's a little bit of a challenge for me. Like this whole branding thing. I've got a little bit of a team going on. They want to market. They want an image. They want the words. Am I going to make it, Goga?
You'll be. You think? I think you will because you've done the biggest like lift because you become you're one person who can now introduce yourself as an author. Do you know like how many people in the world do actually how many people on the chat here are authors? Chances are high maybe it's only you're the only one in the space.
Yeah,
So I think
that's
yeah,
what.
I think you've done the biggest part of the job, which is like writing the book and that is all which matters. The rest is marketing, which can always be left to the people, the experts anyway. So you've done the heavy
You're right.
lifting. Yeah.
You're right, because I studied for years. I studied like no one knew me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't subscribe to anyone. I didn't like anyone. I didn't give anybody a heart. I was one of those people that was in the bushes that they say, "Oh, you
Yeah.
guys in the bushes, like and subscribe." I didn't care. I didn't hear them. I didn't know what they were speaking about. I was like, I don't know who these people are spying on me. I don't know. You know what I mean? When people, oh, your camera is looking on you. I was busy building a eye patch. I was building an eye patch to cover my phone. I was like, I'm going to invent a
Yeah.
patch so they can't spy on me. Yeah, I didn't like anybody. I didn't know. And at that point, that's when I was doing the studying and I was, listening and learning and trying and little by little. And then finally,
Yeah.
I decided, okay, I heard enough people say, start your channel. I heard enough people say, it's not too late. I heard enough people say, it doesn't matter, where you are, what age you are, you have
Yes.
something to share. So I let myself, I gave myself the opportunity, and I call it to be and become what I've always wanted to be. I'm an entertainer. I love entertaining. I love fashion. I love beauty. I love dance. I love yoga. I love eating cuisine. And now that I have found out that cuisine can be medicine.
Yeah. Oof. I
So
like
this book,
I love what you say there in terms of you had enough people tell you to start and start where you are and you figure out. I think you figure out when you're already in it. And I'm sure even the book, even before you started writing the book, the uncertainty, what am I doing, the imposter syndrome that you talked about just a short while ago, is like, who
yeah,
am I, am I
I
ready to
say
do
don't.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, don't even ever say that to yourself because you don't have any imposter syndrome. You're just really trying to just figure out what aspect of yourself you would like to share. You're trying to decide, should you
Yes.
protect your peace? What about your vulnerability? They tell you, "Oh, be vulnerable, be vulnerable." No, baby. No, you got to protect your peace. You got to protect your peace and your passion. Those people are out there waiting for your secrets so they can just utilize them. Every right? Everybody's not
They're waiting
kind
for
and
the
cool, and
receipts.
yeah, they want to get you back, yo. So that's the kind of hip hop. That's the kind of hip hop yogini I am. I'm aware. I'm listening. I'm watching. I'm like, I love you, but you gotta go, or I love you. Back up, right?
Well said. Well
So
said. Well
that's
said.
what I'm saying. I had to learn my style is okay. My style is like, yo, I know what's going on. My style is like, yeah, I'm a hip hop yogini. I want to wear my dude rag. I want to get my grill on. And yeah, I can tell you about the Ayurvedic and the health. It's okay. It's a show. I'm a character, you know? That's what I'm saying. I didn't come, I'm not saying I'm here. I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna preach to you. I'm gonna, what I am going to do, share with you some tips, some secrets, some fun ways that works for me. Give you some. Maybe you could go check out Neville Goddard and Abdullah. You might hear something you never heard. Maybe you want to read autobiography of a yogi. You might not. You might. It might not be for you. You might
of a
be like me.
yogi.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I was going to ask you. I was, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that book because I know you what some of the things you've actually, yeah, the autobiography of a yogi, and that was a very I read that in yoga school in India. It was part of the curriculum, and I was so bored because I think training really pushes you out of your comfort zone. But I remember reading his story, and let me just say I can pull it up. This this is like a curriculum in yoga school that we go through. Um, Let me see that I can. I don't know that it is up.
So wait,
Sorry,
you're
let me.
talking
I
about
think you have
you
the wrong
reading
thing.
autobiography.
Uh,
You're speaking about you reading autobiography of a yogi. Am I
yes.
correct?
You know, you mentioned it, and I think it triggered something. Yes. I wanted to bring it up on the screen because it is there. That book, the
Okay.
autobiography
Yeah.
of a yogi. And the question
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, the question I was going to, for you to have written a book, you also read a lot. It means you also like, you have to like read a lot of literature, interact with a lot of works. Some may be yoga related, some may not, some may be when if I was to ask you a very honest question, you know,
Yes.
art, literature, these works of literature that you are doing, music, hip hop, do you think it's also a form of seeking? Because it's even when you're writing a book, it's like healing, just interacting
Yeah.
with this.
Yes. 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 Because as you,
Yeah.
yes, it is. It is. I do believe, and some people think it's kind
Hmm.
of strange when I say this, but it was, I heard it and it made sense to me. And people they don't agree with it sometimes, which is we must teach what we need to learn. And that's a challenge because at what point can you teach what
Yep.
you're learning? Right? That's the tricky part is you must have it at least enough, and then it's like, wait a minute, wait, are you just going and checking out something on YouTube and it's really quick and then you're going to go and repeat it? It's not really like that. I think it's more like when you're implementing it in your life, and then you can actually share it as you're experiencing it. I believe it's like that. And the yeah, what is it that you said something about being bored while you were doing your training and then you were reading the book, or what? I didn't get what you were saying.
No, I was saying that. So I remember when I was in yoga school, and training can become very boring because of you're away from home. It's a very disciplined lifestyle because yoga school is not the freedom you enjoy when you're outside yoga school. But I remember reading that book. That book saved me for the 30 days I was in India because it was so
Oh, it saved
captivating
you.
that I used to look forward to reading it, especially by the
Oh,
river.
okay.
When
Yeah, okay.
when you're not in class or when you're not having the
I get
teachers
it. I
coming
get
in.
it.
That was the context of me talking about the autobiography of a yogi. So, and I'm glad that when I saw it in the pictures, I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, she's put this picture here for a reason. So it made me smile because it
Yeah.
reminded me of yoga school, because it is part of what we had to read.
Well, I did it as a
Did I
alternative
lose you? Let me
course.
see.
Yeah, I did it as an alternative course because it came
It's
up
like I'm
as
seeing in slow
a
motion.
I'm in slow motion. Can you see me now? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Hello? Uh-oh. Are we frozen? Oh gosh, did I lose Koba? Are we still here? Oh, what did I do? Did I do something?
No, no, no. I am here. Don't worry. I am here. We are back. We are back. We are back.
Oh, okay. I thought we were losing each other.
Yeah.
I
No, no,
don't
no.
know
I,
what
I do not
happened.
want you to touch any.
Are we good?
I am here. Yes, we are good. 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 I was saying that book saved me. That's what I was saying in short. That was the message.
Yes, it's very powerful. The funny thing is that books are like that. Like you just never know really what it's going to give you because also what it's holding in it energetically. And that book literally someone told me when I worked at a health food cafe, they said, "Oh, you should read Autobiography of a Yogi. It's going to change your life." I literally laughed. I was like, "Are you kidding me? She's telling me that reading a book is going to change my life." I said to myself, and then the funny part about it is when the opportunity came to do this course, it's called the yoga philosophy course. It's called the yoga philosophy course, and basically it takes this book. People can actually request to have this course go to their town. I think that's what, if they're still doing that. It's a 1 week course, Goga, where you actually read the book, and every chapter you have to write a question or a
Oh wow.
statement. Yeah, it's very personal because then you're handing this in to the professor, and our professor happened to be a scientist as well as a doctor. So Western doctor, Western scientist turned yogi.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
This was the facilitator of our course. Then the course is limited to, I would say, about 30 very specific people because you have to be accepted, right? So you write, yeah. So it's very intimate because you really now this is where you want to be authentic and genuine because this is supposed to be very spiritually enlightening, yogically aligning with the masters, right? So this was probably the one time I'm the most sincere that I have, ever been, let's just say, with a stranger. I didn't hesitate, and I ended up doing that course, I would say, I think 5 times because the realizations kept coming, and each time you read it, you learn something new. So
And
for me,
yeah.
that book was so powerful. Yeah. And then I couldn't even look at, did this happen to you? I couldn't even look at Yogananda for a while. And I know this happens to a lot of people. I speak to them. Yogananda on the book is looking at you and you got to cover him up.
Yeah, yeah. There's a way about his eyes, just like that is true.
I think every yogi goes through this. They're like, he knows
Yep.
something. He's watching me.
Yeah, he's seen me. He knows. That's actually
So you're like,
we used to say that in yoga school, and it's because his ashram was just across the river. So I liked reading this book during like tea breaks. I just come from this class, I go and sit by the side of the river Ganges, and then you can see Yogananda's ashram just across the river. You know, and then no, that cover there's a way it like he can see right through into my soul. So
yeah,
I
you're
totally
like,
resonated.
you cannot hide. You're like, Yogi, I'm going to have to cover you.
I'm glad that experience was not just mine, but was but
Oh
across.
no, another friend told me the same thing, and I bet you will find out that so many people that have read it, they have to at one point they have to hide him.
But I love the
You're
lessons. One of my favorite quotes, I think, from the book was what he said about calmness, and I think I've never forgotten that. I use it a lot,
about
and I think it
calmness.
was, yeah, about calmness. He said something about calmness is the proof of divinity living in you, and that thing just makes me smile anytime I think about it. Is like, why are you calm? And I'm a reflection of the divine. And even when there is chaos, even when there is drama, you know the divine has to reside within me. And that was Parahamsa Yogananda's take when it comes to calmness. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do we have the peace and the passion at the same time, right? The peace
Yeah.
and the passion, right? So the calm, but yet to still have that, ¿qué se llama? Sagrado. It's a fuego sagrado. It's a fire. Why do you think everybody's putting fire emojis? Fire emojis. It's not just hot. It's not like, oh, hot. No, it's something from inside. It's a
Yeah.
sacred fuego sagrado that keeps you going, keeps you burning, your spark. Yogananda inspired that the least that we have power, that we can use our mind, that we can change things. There's another thing that I really appreciated and I really liked about what I read there. And here it is. There's the family. You have the father, you have the mother, right? You have the family, Yogananda. So what he said was that his mother was always saying yes. His mother was always very
Mm.
generous, was giving almost more than they had, right? And the father, yeah, was always saying no. So I remember that being very important to me, this no. Because me being a yes person, right? When I have all these
Mm.
experiences with these no people, which they mean well, they love you, they care for you, they're looking out for you, but their response is always, the first response is no. So at first it was always like a kind of a defensive thing, and why are you no, and you're not spontaneous and positive. But after reading the autobiography of a yogi and realizing that the dad, the head of the household, in those days, and that no was an opportunity to give space and time to see, is this the correct move? What would be the benefits of it? Is there a better way to
Yeah.
do it? So his no wasn't the no that we think it is. His no was a pause, a space, an opportunity. So it allows me now to look at people differently whose first response is no. That is one
Well
of the
said.
great things that I got out of that book.
And one of the things you also say in your, I think I forgot to ask you this, but I think it's still very relevant. I can't believe it's already been 3 hours. You are right. We'll have to have part two of this conversation, Brooklyn. Um, we'll have to have part two. I don't know if that is going to be, but we'll make it happen. There is
What's
something you
going
say
on? What are you
about,
saying?
yeah. I'm saying there's something you said about drawing the sword only for the highest.
Oh, yes.
That statement, drawing the sword only for the highest. And what does that mean, especially in your everyday life? Because I think I love that statement. Like, there's something very cryptic about it. Um, drawing the sword only for the highest. It's not something that you just speak every day. You don't just draw your sword for anyone. Um, ahimsa, ahimsa. Why are you kicking my camera?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like drawing our sword, right? What would be our sword? For defense, for protection, for
Mm,
moving forward, right? So sometimes people assume that the yogi is so peaceful. It's so non-harming, so quiet. You know, but sometimes life happens and you got to get your sword out. You got to get your boxing gloves out. You got to get your, you know, your bat out. You got to get whatever it is that you need to survive for your highest good and for the ones around you. Because as we know, not everybody is a yogi. Not everybody is peace and love. You know, we get the little devil and the little angel. It's always the same, right?
Yeah.
So my journey is being very aware that the whole world exists, the hip hop life, this life, that life, those underground, you know, there's things happening behind the scenes. There's the people that are, you know, making believe they got it this way, but they're doing it the other way. Like being aware. So if I find myself in those type of situations, those people, that situation is not gonna respond to granola and a peace sign. Okay? So I might have to get, I might have to pull out some other type of flavor, is what I'm saying. I am willing to draw my sword for the highest good, for the protection of my own, for the protection of you, for the protection of Choco, for the protection of nature, for the protection of humanity. And so I have decided that I have to be ready, like a superhero, the B way, you know, and not be afraid. Whatever it is that has to be done will be done,
Well said.
is what I'm saying.
Human
Like,
Humanity is the, yeah, humanity is the mission. And you know, I like how that, I like how you captured that aspect of the sword. Drawing the sword only for the highest does not mean that you know, that does not stop you from defending yourself, and also defending
right,
humanity. And one thing I like, yeah, one thing I like is that you've said that humanity is the mission. I also love that philosophy. Humanity is the mission. Talk to us about that, especially we live in an age where people look at themselves a lot. We don't think of other people. The world has become so individualistic and self-centered. But here is somebody saying
like you
humanity
mean
for
like
me is
me?
the mission.
I look at myself a lot, Georgia. I look at
Mm.
myself a lot, but I look at myself and I see others and I look at them and I see
Ah,
me and I try to be like, I say, okay, are we reflections, right? Everybody says, oh, we are reflections. Well, that reflection is different. So that reflection is not necessarily exactly you. It could be what you might have once been, what you could be, what you don't want to be, right? So we can be reflections to each other in various ways. And all of those ways are meant to help us, to advance us, to unite us. That's how I see it. I see
I
you, I
like
see me, right?
granola and peace sign. David is saying that he's going to put that on his t-shirt. Granola and peace sign.
That will
he
not
loves he
save the
loves
world. Granola and peace.
and then there's also the
Granola.
aspect of,
I gotta, yeah. Oh shoot. I'm
oops,
sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, like you could see
granola
him
and
holding a
peace,
bag of, yeah.
fried fried okra, granola, and peace sign. Hey, where did Brooklyn go? I hope the phone did not die or anything. I'm almost about to release her. Thank you everyone for connecting. I see Roots in the building. Welcome, welcome, Roots. How you doing? Um, she's frozen, but I think she's coming back. Just we having technical difficulties there for a bit, but you're almost done. Once again, guys, in case you have not yet connected to our beautiful co-host, the link is pinned on top of my chat. It will take you over to her channel, which is, of course, you all know the channel. Holistic Hip Style, aka Brooklyn Beauty TV. That is the name of the channel. That is the name of the channel. Let me see if I can pull it up. We are multi-streaming on both channels. Sorry, I've just lost her there briefly, but she's coming back. Oh, she's back. She's back. She's back. She's back.
Oh yeah, I don't
She's
know
back.
what I did. It just kind of like went off, and then I had to push buttons here and there. And
I think it's because I said okra, granola, and peace sign.
yeah, exactly. We're thinking about having the bag of granola and the peace sign he said on the t-shirt.
Yeah. And okra. And okra. He said,
Save the world. Save the world. And yeah, we'll put that one next to the straw. Like, don't drink straws or something, right? Don't use straws. Like,
yeah.
save the world by getting a metal or a glass. Oh, with the metal straws, you burn your mouth.
You also talk about co-creation a lot, and I think I like the aspect of co-creation because it also speaks volumes in terms of collaboration. Why is co-creation very important for you, especially as a creator? Especially because we live in a world that is very individualistic. Again,
right.
People we think about ours. I mean, even just look at a good example is this collaboration. You could have done your thing. I could have just stayed on my channel and crack my jokes, but you're seated all the way there in the Aleutian Islands. I am seated in Kenya, and we've been talking for 3 hours in a conversation that feels like has only been for 5 minutes.
Are you kidding me? Is it been 3 hours already?
It's 3 hours, 10 minutes. You should actually, it's time to end the Sunday service. But we're still talking, but that already speaks volumes.
It doesn't even feel, it feels like we just begun. We didn't even do the class.
I know, right? It feels like you're just warming up the conversation. And I'm not joking.
I'm not joking either.
Yeah, co-creation.
I'm not joking either.
Co-creation in action.
Co-creation. This is co-creation. This is becoming. This is, you can't do it without me. I can't do it without you. Why would we want to? We get lonely. We get scared. We get insecure. We get the mind plays tricks on us. But yet when we unite, when we union, when we become yoking like yoga.
Yeah. Great things happen.
Big sign, big sound. This is it. We become bigger than life. We become bigger than our fears. That's why we co-create. No one wants to do it alone. Or we're being tricked and convinced and told, oh, you have to do it. You have to be independent. You can't, you have to do it alone. Yeah, you have to begin. You have to take the baby steps. Like I said, you have to move into motivation. You have to acknowledge that maybe you're not going to love everybody. Maybe you're not going to be BBFs, big butt friends forever, BFFs, my dyslexia, right? Maybe that's not going to happen. But what you are going to do is going to create something. I like to use the beginning of the railroad, the Bohannon story. They couldn't stand each other. They wanted to get rid of each other. But guess what? They figured out we're never going to build the railroad unless we get it together. Okay? So that's what collaboration, co-creation is, the bigger picture, that we're winning, that you're getting a reward, that you're helping society, that you're being of value. Yeah, you don't have to be best friends forever, kiss each other, see each other, call each other, but you do have to create.
Co-creation. Guys, I hope you have learned something from this conversation. I hope it's useful. I hope it's I hope it's something that is, of course, enriching what you're doing. It's becoming very clear that Brooklyn and I will have to have a chapter 2 for sure. Brooklyn, the other thing I would want to ask you, if you are to wake up tomorrow, nice dancers was right there. If you are to wake up tomorrow, and Brooklyn Beauty TV was no more, what is that one thing that you'd hope the people interacted with you? Or even, let's say you just wake up and you find that maybe the calling is different, because the life of an alchemist is always changing anyway. What is that one thing you'll do? Yeah, what is the one thing that you'll want to remain with the people who encountered you when you are busy on this platform? In case the channel disappeared tomorrow. And I'm using that because of how you said we may wake up one day and we don't have these online
Well,
devices,
yes.
platforms, and things. But the
Okay.
experiences and the interactions we gave people is what people remember. So, what is that one thing you want people to remember?
So yeah, I'm not going to say that that thought didn't cross my mind and actually give me a little like a panic thought too, right? Because you think, oh gosh, all this work that we've done, all these moments of my life, all this focus and all this commitment, and what if, you know? Yeah, well, I figured it out. The same thing happened with the book. Okay, because the book, so many years, so much work, so much time, so much moments, so many, yes, we did it. We're going to do it for the people, right? And
Yeah.
then life happens. And then, it seems like nothing is happening, right? In, let's say, quote unquote, in the progress of the work. So I had to say to myself several times between the book, between the channel, I put the phone down and I look at the phone and I say, is my life in there? Is everything I am, does it depend on in there? What YouTube thinks, what the numbers thinks, what the people are thinking, what the action that happened on that phone. It's kind of strange, right? It all seems like it's in that little device, right? It's in that little device and somehow it's somewhere out in some cloud somewhere. People want to share the cloud with you, And then I say to myself, well, I'm still me. I still believe that, and not even believe, because believe have the word lie in it. We've come to that realization, right? I'm still me, right? And I still
I like
know.
how you just caught. I like how you just caught that. Well,
Yeah, we came up with that together. It was a little co-creation thing, the Trident Woman. We're very much, well, we are very much working with our language, allowing our language to create possibility, allowing our language to become new pathways, right? Opening doorways, as opposed to limiting and going backwards. This is why I stay very much in the present. We don't go really backwards because it doesn't exist. The future, it's only right now. So I would say that my message, if it disappeared, it would just be to find the pleasure, find the joy, find the curiosity, find the weirdness, find the interestingness, find the beauty, find the sensuality, find you and be you. Be the star like you are. Shine. You have one tiny moment in time to shine, to burn away the darkness. You have one tiny moment in time. So be that, and that tiny moment is any day, every day, all day, forever, now. You are not the past, you are not the future. You are this present moment. So your frequency is what matters, not the card that you have, that you think you have, not the, what it is on your phone, your, log on and not the product that's all. Those are little parts of you. Those are just little tiny aspects, like a diamond. You have many facets. And so never hold yourself back. But also being you doesn't mean imposing. Like I had to learn, because I want to be an extrovert. That doesn't mean everyone else has to be an extrovert. I tried it now being an introvert. It's lovely. I apologize for my extroverted side imposing on you. Listen, we are all part of this picture, of this artwork. We are the universe. Each of us our own individual note. You. We are a love song. Yeah. That's what I would start my channel again, or I would start my art again, or I would start another book again, or I would do a retreat with a friend, and those retreats are coming. Okay, take a playcation, make yourself a priority, love yourself fully, learn to fly first, even if it's just for a half a day, an hour, get away and love yourself.
Playcation. Brooklyn, I want you to walk a bit. Miles say that he really liked the view of the mountains when you stepped back. So I don't know. Maybe you can step back and do like, yeah, there you go. Yeah, somewhere when you like step back, there's a way it just looks so good, like the mountains behind you there. No, it's too bright. It's too overexposed. I think just keep the phone where it was and then just go and do like a dance, maybe let me see. Which posture can you do while there? Just leave the phone where it was and then just walk and do like
Is that okay there?
Oh, but you have to walk. Yeah, no, where it was, and then just walk like towards the shed behind there. Then there's a way it will now. Yes, there you go. Stay there. It's now the mountains are visible because your phone is tracking you as an object. So that's why, like when you come closer, it does not show the mountains. Yes. Oh yeah, Warrior 3. Perfect. Stay on Warrior 3 for 5. Stay. 4. Deep Ujjayi breath. 3. Miles, you're welcome. I can't believe I'm making Brooklyn do this. 2. Just for the mountain views. And 1. Switch sides. Balance it off on the other side. Yes. She's an object, so her camera is tracking her. So that's why you guys are able to see the mountain, but because now she's the camera is now tracking the entire like landscape. I should have done this with you, but I'm not like, I think my shelf and everything is constraining me, but yeah, well done. Yeah, the mountains are very, now Brooklyn is back. You can now see she's the focus of the camera. That's why the mountains disappear. That tells you Brooklyn is not,
or when I go back here?
when you go back there, but yeah, but don't worry, we like your view more. So this was just for the people who wanted to see the mountains. I just wanted to, because Miles talked about the mountains, so I wanted people to see the mountains there for a bit. So Brooklyn, you mean you wake up to that every day? You wake up to that view every day? Wow, it's a choice. It's a choice. You said it's a choice. It's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice. Following your heart, following your intuition, following what really makes your soul, jump for joy. And sometimes it goes against what the mind says, what you were told, what you thought you were supposed to do. Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, because when you are the minority, when you are the one, the creator, when you choose to break the rules, to go outside of the box, to go around the box, to jump in and out of the box, this is how you find. This is how you create your philosophy, your theories. I was blessed to come across the ACT. It's called ACT, Activate the Can Theory. I came across that. That's a real scientist. She's studying that. And for whatever reason, I cannot find her now. Sometimes when we question things that are going to bring a big shake to it, I cannot find this woman, but I can remember the can theory, activate the can theory, question gravity. Question gravity, do you have to go down? Does everything have to go down? Or can we lift, raise, rise as we should? Rise again. And strive to thrive.
That was very poetic. That was extremely poetic. The final questions I want to ask you are going to be very these are like what we normally call the rapid fire questions, the final
Oh,
questions
rapid
before we allow you
fire.
to start. Yeah, the rapid fire questions,
I
which
hope
can be like one,
you
yeah, which can be
rapid
one
fire
answer.
question.
Yeah, rapid. They're just they don't need like you to say, to overthink or say anything like it. Or just the first thing that comes to your mind, that is the answer. They're not hard anyway. They're very, some may be also trick questions. Like I think there's one you're going to laugh at. Even when I was like doing this question, I was like, okay, Brooklyn is just going to say that I targeted her with this question, to put her on the spot. They're only like, let me see how many are there. They're like only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're only like 9 questions. I will start with the
Well, let's
first
just
one.
see. And I can go ding, 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 pass, go.
Yeah, don't worry. You won't even know it. The way I know you, you are not going to pass any of these questions. You're going to answer all of them because you can't. I think you're one person. I don't think you ever withhold information. you never, you never withhold information. I don't think you'll say I passed to any of them. I think you're going to love all of them. Um, the first question is, and remember, it's just a multiple choice, and we move on to the next one. Hip hop or yoga?
Hip hop.
wait, what? I
Yeah,
you see that
yeah.
you
Hip
see like
hop.
you see hip hop. Why hip hop?
Because with
I
hip
thought
hop, I
it's
can always with hip hop, I can always include yoga. But if I choose yoga, then I can,
oh yeah,
if you
yeah, the
only
hip hop
do,
will be out.
yeah, exactly. If I choose only yoga, then I would have never known the hip hop. But if I know the hip hop, then I can know the yoga.
Okay, good. That's good. Let me see. What does Choku know about you that most people don't know? you can you
Choco.
can say pass. But I know you're not going to say pass. You're going to answer it.
No, Choco knows that we love to eat vegetables. Choco eats celery with me. Choco eats carrots with me. Choco knows that we are
Oh,
eating. Yes, Choco is also trying to be healthy, eat healthy.
oh wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, if your life, if your life were a hip hop song right now, what would it be?
Which song? Oh,
If your
shoot,
life were
shoot.
yeah, if your life were a hip hop song right now, what will that song be?
It would be a mashup. It would be a
Ooh.
mashup. Yeah, it would be a mash, and it would include. Oh, yo, it would have to include Tupac. Save Me a Place in Thug Mansion.
no way.
Thug Man.
Big,
Yeah, it had
big
to be a
tunes.
mashup with a
You,
Thug Mansion, with oh shoot, there's so many. Let's see, Thug Mansion mashup, and then I do love this one, and this has a combo of hip hop in it. There's rap in it. All the stars are
yeah.
closer, so it would be a combo with all the stars are closer. Save Me a Place in Thug Mansion, and then oh gosh, there's a few. There's a few. Mm.
You see,
Yo, they're right in
you
my.
could. This is what you're planning to say, pass, and you see that you just gave us so much information right there.
Oh, right, but there's a few. There's a few. Oh, Haystack mate, I did it all by myself, but then in the end, you didn't do it all by yourself. Oh, T-Pain. Oh, T-Pain,
oh,
yo.
yeah.
Yeah, got some T-Pain in there, but of course, it's all going to be the clean versions, right? T-Pain.
I, I love how you emphasize on the clean version parts.
Has to be the clean version. I see you
Yeah, because
whining and I see you whining. You
nine
know
and
I want to
nine.
love. You know I want to love you, love you. You know I want to.
Okay, okay, okay. Brooklyn, we got the answer. Thank you.
Yeah, there's some rock and roll in there too. You know, she's got those blue jeans on, baby. You know, there's all kind. My mind is a mashup.
All right. Um, I like how you can talk about hip hop the whole day. Like literally, like you just there's just something about it there. Sunrise or sunset?
Oh, both.
Both. Okay, yeah. I've seen both your sunrise. What time does the sun set in the in your island? Because sometimes I'm looking at you and I'm like, what does she mean that the sun? Because it's morning, I'm waking up to get ready for work,
But
and you're waiting
it
for the
changes
sunset.
times. It changes times. You know, everything changes. So I don't
What?
know, really. Yes,
Yeah,
it doesn't
I'm
come
always
the
so
same time every.
fascinated.
It doesn't come the same time every day. So that's the funny part about it. I don't know too. Sometimes I'm like, wait a minute. Well, the moon was over there, but now where is it? Like, yeah, this is why
Wait,
we
it's
have our own time. That's why we have our own time zone. That's why we are a vortex. That's why we are a vortex of healing, of nature in the middle of
wow.
nowhere, in the middle of everywhere. Got our own time zone, yo.
I know it's like it's fascinating because I'm always like, wait, what time is it there? And then I look at my time; it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
It
Getting ready for work. You are doing your yoga. You're calling it. You're doing your sunset yoga there. I'm like, what does she mean? She's doing sunset yoga. I've already woken up. I'm getting ready to go to work. Brooklyn is not yet even like ready to have dinner yet. It's always hilarious when I see that.
Yeah, and
But
also we call it the ambrosial hour. You see, sometimes people get confused because the ambrosial hour
yeah,
is really not just almost literally an hour before the sun rises. So it's almost like that ambrosial hour, let's just say in half an hour. So that hour sunrise is really almost like two and a half, between. It's almost like when we rest from the moon, right? The moonrise, the
yeah.
moon, the full moon. It's literally 3 days. People think it's just the one day, but you have the rising, you have the full,
Wow,
and that, yeah, it's very powerful. So our perception
interesting.
of quote unquote time again we are expanding it and understanding that it's not what we thought it was. It's not linear. It's so much more in a moment. A moment is forever. And
Okay.
forever now is what we do, right?
Of course, forever now as per the philosophy.
I got to
All
awesome
right.
questions. I got to your questions, your quick
You see,
answer questions.
you see, like this, literally, this was a rapid fire, but I knew you are going to like answer all of them, and I'm not even like I'm now going to the fifth one. Um, do I go to number five? Do I have your permission to go to number five?
You can try it. Looks like, yeah, we're getting right down to the end. My lighting, my camera just went dark. So I guess this is gonna be the end. Get to your fifth question. Rapid fire.
Okay, don't worry. We can still see it's not yet dark. But anyway, don't worry. We are getting towards the end. Um, the number five is very reflective.
Oh,
What is that?
okay.
What is that one thing that no longer has power over you?
Hmm. Hmm.
Oof.
What no longer has power over me?
Yes. I like how you're adjusting your hair.
Right, yeah, that has power over me. I'm trying to get that no longer has power
I
over
know.
me. Like,
No, I
like,
thought
like,
I thought that was the
everything is
answer.
so.
You're doing.
It is. This no longer has
I thought.
power over me. I'm like, I'm letting it be. I'm like, okay, hair, you can be. You can be. You can blow this way. You can blow that way. You can blow forward, and you could go. Yeah, this has. It's literally, well, as much as we're joking, it really kind of is, because
Yeah.
I know it sounds funny, but you're right though, because there was a time where, look, listen, I couldn't leave the house you know, curly hair girls know, curly hair women know this is not a joke. This is for real. You know, there's this whole community of exotic girls and pretty girls with pretty girl problems, you know. So my problem was I could not leave the house without making sure my bangs were straight. Like, how crazy is that? Like, so for me, learning to let go and let my hair like not have it control me, that the fact that like all these little curls and waves in the front, I was obsessed. I had to have a flat have a flat iron. So YouTube has helped me
Oh
to let,
wow.
yeah, it's I know it sounds silly. It is sounds silly, but it's true. That's how obsessed, and a lot of us are like that. They're not going to tell you, but women, we're so obsessed. We got to get the look right. We got to get the curl right. We got to get the wave right. We've got to, you know, if somebody's going to say that it's frizzy, you know, somebody's going to say, oh, what's going on with that? So it really was letting go of the power of what it should look like. And I let go of my flat iron. That was huge for me. Like, haven't used that flat iron. I don't know, could it even be a year now on YouTube?
Oh wow.
So the power of the makeup, right? Of to be made up. It sounds crazy and silly, but I went so long without putting on mascara, which I would have never done. So these things of the vanity of facing the camera, of listening to people make fun, that's losing its power over me, because what I have to share and the actions we have to do are way more significant, are way more fulfilling. And if I look at people, right, which I look at many people, and I notice things and stuff, but I don't judge them by it. I don't stop watching them because their hair is going this way or that way, or because they maybe didn't have enough sleep that night or whatever. Or maybe they're not glowing their best that day. But
Mhm.
I don't put them down, and I still watch them. So I guess I've had to learn to accept myself in that way as well. So
All
it's
right.
funny that, yeah, it's funny that you say, what is not stopping me? And I guess it would be, quote unquote, the look.
Number 6. What are you still curious about? Because I know you talked to us about the power of being curious. What is that one thing that you're still curious about as a seeker?
Wow, that's powerful, because I am still curious about how much we know. Like, are we playing tricks on ourselves? Have we left clues for ourselves? Is who we are right now really who we've always been? And it's all just been part of the game for our own entertainment. I'm curious, is my fear of being a joke? Like, am I
Mm,
literally the joke? Okay, after all, everything I try to do, but is it that point to be funny, to make each other laugh, and that it's a joke how seriously we take ourselves when really it's about being sincere? I'm curious about when we make it to, you know, where, when we look down and we say, what the heck? I mean, we made fun of the rat race, we made fun of the little ants, and are we doing the same thing? And did we do all that running around trying to get money, 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 and success, success, success? But yet it's right here in this peaceful moment, in this collaboration, in this being okay with my hair. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
curious about how much energy we put into this, you know, as opposed to
Yeah.
just being. That's what my curiosity is.
The final rapid fire question, and probably the final question I'm asking you at the Sunday service before I give you the stage to sign off.
Okay,
Because
one
David, yeah,
moment.
yeah. David, thank you so much for the raid command. David is already telling me, Goga, you need to go sleep. Tomorrow is Monday. So David, thank you for the raid command. We are finishing. We are finishing. Let me get the co-host to answer the final question, and then she can end the Sunday service for us. We'll definitely have a part 2 with her. Travel and Food says, Goga, hey, such a nice co-host. I know. The co-host is amazing. The co-host is amazing. You see, the co-host has kept me on the Sunday service for nearly 4 hours. That tells you how cool she is. And she thinks that you've only been here for like 30 minutes, according to her timing. We've only been here for 30 minutes, yet it's almost 4 hours. So thank you so much, Travel and Foods. I hope you're doing well. Travel, I'm seeing you next month, right? I will let you know. Because I think I have a work thing near your place next month. So I will let you know. But David, thanks so much for the raid command. Guys, if you have not yet connected to Brooklyn, I want you to click on the pinned link. It will throw you over to her channel. Make sure you connect to her. She's working to get that house monetized very soon. I think it's almost there. Just jump over there. Make sure you're part of that. Yeah. You're upside down. I hope she did not. There's a button and Brooklyn clicks. It kicks her out of the StreamYard. So I hope she did not click that button. So I was saying that you need to check out her channel here. Let me see if I can share the screen. Check out her channel here. It is the same link that is pinned on my channel, on top of my chat, this live stream. We are multi-streaming on both. We've been streaming on both sides, both on Brooklyn's channel and my channel. So in case you've not yet connected to her, this is the final chance you can do that before we shut this down. So I just wanted to come and answer the final question, and then we can end this trip, this beautiful trip to Kenya. And I hope the phone did not die. I'm crossing fingers it did not die. So yeah, so please make sure you're connected to her on that. I will give her a moment to just come and sign off and conclude. Miles says, and you can also drop your compliments. I think she'll love that. Mike says, Miles rather, your hair looks great from here. Miles, I will answer your question about the vertical live streaming, especially when you're doing the horizontal. You need to toggle that button on before you start. Usually that's what happens with StreamYard. But if you're streaming directly on YouTube, it does not work. But on StreamYard, before you start the live stream, just go to your studio on the laptop and then you toggle that button on, and then it will now stream both on vertical and horizontal. So that is I saw you asking that question earlier, but I did not want to interrupt a train of thought in terms of how you can approach that challenge. All right, so that's it. Brooklyn, where are you? I know you can hear me. I know now you're struggling to charge the phone. Come and conclude, sign off. Let me hope she gets back. She's not yet backstage. Let me see if I can get her. Yes, but I was saying that in case you're not yet connected to her, final chance to connect to holistic hip style. Let me see if I can get the. Let me see if I can get. See whether she's having any issues on Instagram. And yeah, then we are releasing her shortly. Our final guest for the month of August. Let me see. Tina says, great stream, Goga. Brooklyn was amazing. I couldn't put this phone down for the last 2 hours. Tina, Brooklyn reminds me of you. The first time I ever met Brooklyn, I was like, she gave me your vibes completely. You guys, same tribe. You guys, same energy. You guys, same aura. So thank you so much, Tina, for staying this long. I know you've stayed here because, and Tina, I just hope you did not have to go to work or something, because 2 hours is such a long time to be on a live stream and, concentrating and asking questions. But thank you so much, Tina, for that. I don't take it for granted. What is the last question, Goga? Where are you, Brooklyn? The last question is very simple. Before Brooklyn signs off, the last question is very simple. NFZ is asking, what is the last question? The last question to Brooklyn is NFZ. I know NFZ is here, so NFZ probably knows why Brooklyn is asking this. The last question to Brooklyn is, in case Brooklyn, if you are to meet the 3-year-old Brooklyn, where you began your first journey, because I like how you said you knew you're on this path when you're 3 years old. In case you are to meet that girl at 3 years, what would you tell her? Knowing what you know now as some of your collective experiences, what would you tell that 3-year-old Brooklyn beauty? That is the last question, and then we can release you. I hope that answers. Okay. Let me see. Okay, that is the last question. NFZ, I hope Brooklyn has gotten it. I know the phone was about to die, so I'm just hoping that you can, if she's there, she can easily answer it from there. I can't believe it's almost midnight. Flora, I know, Flora. Me, I'm looking at it, and then tomorrow is a Monday. Man, why is the weekend over so fast? And then we can end this. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. And don't worry, we're not stopping. I'm just waiting for her to come back. I know she can charge the phone briefly, and then she can come and conclude her show. So just give her time. So in case you've not yet connected to Brooklyn, as I wait for her to come back up, just do me a favor, jump over on her chat. She's also live streaming on her channel. Leave some nice emojis there, some nice heart emojis there on my behalf. Give her some love. Make sure that at least you've given the thumbs up and it has stuck. And then we'll be able to shut this down. Miles says it felt like Monday here to me. It is actually almost Monday. It is Monday here, almost Monday here in Kenya. It is 11:52 p.m., which is 8 minutes to Monday, 8 minutes to midnight here. That's what Flora is saying, because Flora and I are in the same time zone. Brooklyn is 13 hours behind. Flora, can you imagine? Brooklyn is just enjoying her morning, Sunday morning. That's why Brooklyn was so relaxed, because it's a Sunday morning for her. So it works perfectly. Let me see. I hope the phone did not yeah, but let me just know. And don't worry, in case Brooklyn is not able to come back, we can always give her a conclusion on Wednesday. She can jump on the stream and conclude it. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming in for the show. As I wait for the final question, final answer to the final question for Brooklyn. I do hope it's going to just wrap this conversation for us. She Creates, thank you so much for still being here. I really appreciate. I like your name. That is so beautiful. Miss V Variety, thank you so much. Miss V is a very beautiful channel all the way from based in the UK. Yeah? And I know very, very great insights when it comes to autism. So in case you don't have Miss V Variety, also that's a very great place to be. Thank you so much. I see you guys jumping over there. So just jump over there and make sure that your Brooklyn is connected to you guys before she comes and shuts this down for us. Right. But otherwise, from myself, this collaboration has been a dream come true. The first time I ever reached out to Brooklyn and I said, you need to come to the Sunday service. She looked at me and said, Goga, you must be kidding. I'm not collaborating. I kind of do my own thing. But I think eventually she thought about it and then she said, I will go to the Sunday service. And then it became a plan in motion for months. We kept on having a back and forth, planning, figuring out dates, topics, what's comfortable, and eventually it happened. And I'm so honored that she really heeded the call to come and co-host this Sunday show, Sunday service with me. And you can see it's been so much fun that I did not even realize it's almost 4 hours since we started this collaboration with Brooklyn. And that tells you the kind of person she is. And she has promised a part 2. So we are definitely going to have a part 2 in the future. But one of the things I want you guys to do is in addition to connecting to her, she has also she has authored a book, and she has given us an opportunity to go and you can purchase that book on Amazon. It is here. It is it's a reflection of the kind of work she has been doing. Those of you have always been asking about her hair, the book is on Amazon. So I've already dropped the link on both channels. Let me see if I can drop it again. So in case you guys want to promote Brooklyn, it's part of it's going to be part of like a merchandise when it comes, as the channel is shaping up. So I've just dropped the book link on both chats so that you guys can ensure that you have access to that in case you want to in case like you want to like get the link to purchase the book. I have just dropped the Amazon link on the chat. You can do that after this live stream so that you can promote her craft and her authorship. It's not easy to write a book, and she has, this was the biggest reveal at the Sunday service that I think she has shared with us. So make sure that at least you can give her that support on Amazon. Right, and it's an online book. It's available on Kindle. So she said that they're working on the hardcover, which will be, there's a normally a word you use. Yeah, they're working on the hardcover that is going to be like unveiled soon. So that is what she said. But otherwise, I think it's been an amazing conversation around the alchemy of becoming. The alchemy of becoming. I will leave it at this particular point. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just to say that I can set up the affirmation. But what I'm going to do, let me see that I can do this. Let me get the affirmation. There's a video I want to end with on one of Brooklyn's video. So let's see this. Yeah. So I'm going to let me get the affirmation, and then I can set you guys on a read right shortly. Yeah. I'm trying to buy Brooklyn time. Right. The right destination just now. We get to the destination right now. David, thank you so much for the command. Okay. Right. I'm not in the right place, so guys, I'm going to put the affirmation. So this is the affirmation, and then we can go. So this is what the affirmation says. Let me pull this down. These classes are so hideous. Anyway, But I like them for I put them on my head just as a fashion statement. So don't judge me. I'm going to read the affirmation. This affirmation is going to be very powerful before we go over to the main. So right, this was the affirmation. Okay, I'm trying to see something here. Okay, I got it. Here's the affirmation. And the affirmation says, "You are not a machine. You are a soul who needs music, connection, sunsets, laughter, and small pockets of joy. Prioritize them like your life depends on it, because it does. Life is not meant to be a cycle of stress and survival. Pause, look up, let the sunset remind you you are here to live, not just to hustle. Life is not a to-do list. It's a gift. Walk slower, hug longer, laugh louder, love deeper. The clock may be ticking, but your presence is timeless. We've been conditioned to believe that constant productivity equals worth. But humans weren't designed for endless output. We need moments of wonder, connection, and rest, not as rewards for hard work, but as essential ingredients for a meaningful life. We need moments of wonder, connection, and rest, not as rewards for hard work, but as essential ingredients for a meaningful life. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to me and my co-hosts, Brooklyn Beauty TV. It was such an honor to have you here at the Sunday service. May you have an amazing new week ahead. May you have an amazing September, because I know September is tomorrow. It's already Monday here, so I can officially say September is tomorrow. May you have an amazing beginning of September. I will see you on Wednesday at the Academy. Others, on behalf of Brooklyn Beauty and myself, thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful rest of the day. I will see you on Monday. God bless.